adro no wi amsraw men sori o because obi ahuanim ka che no se bia wate bi wodwo so a agenum ayo ya se bia wo yo brana enso tanku run for her face wonu ranso hyiam ayejaw ana wotene nyina no ebekọ osisi ade ena osiate kana sempa ba no se aye kokona fifi aye cheso tokwan ani adama aye die paso be hu ya nyina no wo be frɛ aye semen vital help miss channel the capsule sempa no for na wo ma tro kwan adro no fa so a wo som onum no ba bi etonjo bi akwa benya bi aye 0240 616061 on the semens and so enkasa
yenko router na afi yenhwe router natural product ne de mo afi abayo router natural ne product ne router mixture router live na afi yo router tonica e wa adwama so na yo mu enchichemu bebre router mixture ne 3D malaria dro unya bia eno bebo router live no ema moja no sentimi fa veins num eye na moja no enso untimi uzene wonsa no 9833 eno na router live no bo na afi router tonic no nia no typhoid fever ebeko root and ray ana make comfort yama omamu be bia bedu bia no wo so pe router live router mixture ana fe router tonic abena bi enso etimi ato 0244485632 na wadu nkomo Samens Health Clinic o ane de ani enso actually ye nemu yare XTI ana fe dia enso aya menstrual pains ana obi a wo problem wo prostate obi nso a ne liver problem ewo mu ana se kidney no wodu ani ebekire in the Samens Health Clinic na fe ye di wasem e de amana doctors e ya dumo oba o metwa scan ana fo me test yi are said ya dey enso mlesitie ye massage ana fe ni ye physiotherapy no ye bi awaso na obi wo bisa se ehe ana Samens wo mu okumase asokore monpon omo ani asokore monpon rural bank no ana di animhwe Mondays to Friday ye boy juma open chiremu 0240826995 na wadun komo losing ro no e wadwama so ye wo losing delay man ene bites we be man na be delay e won pam na e beju atuma eno e drama kamfo e de ama so wonya bia hili erectile dysfunction ana fe ni e premature ejaculation nyina no e ye wadro delay man eno bites ana wonya bia eno e be ko delay man capsules no so no we oba kwa fichirobu a wote ya eno e yiri free ona fe se boost will be doing the amount e won pam na eno ne de e do so fa obetimi afre na mbei na on a doctor din komo 0248619999 na wabon komo Alaska what the wall papers I would do and a day about 3D 5D ni nyina no on sam obeka bi Alaska de kroma enu me di siesie dem se ne o pe ene so fa check cover see and as a PVC float house ni nyina no adia wono ade bi efram no ne enso ade aba artificial grasses yi obenya bi timu a mumu di djuma e wo dem single room bi anu waje anase mi self contain bi neja obeso yemu adjuma no ane se ne wode wani kire na so na afwa pe enu ama ne bi kumase adum ye ne balls FM building and the administration Accra circle tip toll lane ho ne obe friend was 0554114878 na fe woni yan adi enkomo natural company limited Pro Slab capsules and no American was a bema the prostate in no one deal. So prostate no muyamra na omema yo and so back from boa and no Junso can wako Junso no na 5 minutes time. Ebia kem no asa Junso be pro bememu any at the still na ebia kem and no ana proslav no ye wajuma bo prostate in buy and so diama Junso semebe ko kama and after true man capsules no and mema amon so adwumadie na mu dimpem e wo from no true man no be mo memu eno ana me kan for the man say na week erection ni nyina no eno be ko wi a Congo ointment wona mani nsa ana for rashes ni nyina be hiri nyina so a day a free 0249017101 na wadun komo tabia no no e wadwama so ne e tabia takomne de wikani ememe e ya juma na enya asemeto mo travel ye ana for mo nso e boho match ni ade ni nyina no wo mu yusu tabia takuma no ana ma wo mu gidi ana so gidi won pem na obayi etimi abo abazo chale waya adwuma ye na ye de tawo yi fufa woni mu fifire na ye bo abaso adwuma na ye ba ko pe wo ye na wo ye ni ya abaso bodie wonsam ebeka bi mpem na de wo me se ene tabia ba Mr. no so malaria pa ana so ba ko afichira na fe yawdie wote yaw pa no so no wona bia flow kama pa o ama sa yaw ni nyina no ayede o ready calendar e wo fiage pay ni nyina no eno afri o na fe capsules no so e obi asisie e ne obi ontemi nkotokra wona tabia ba capsules a eno be po 0243686861 na wo bonkomo 3p garlic mixture e wo dwama so 3p na garlic no ane atwemu awon sha no so ensuo ne eja enka 3p no natural ane yade aye na ano ospa obi a wonya stroke bebo so memiensa anasa afinie oda form ntimi nsore mo ma na adrei na onnom adrei be fa widie num ama entirinum enso na chimi ayede na afi wasori anante no ana meka wasem enso ri atro na dia ono so high blood pressure anasa ni sugar level was why kase obesa wo so tia wadro 3p garlic mixture ano ana betimi aboa glass bottle ana wom garlic edawo ana afeni tini yakoko baby atwa draw mu bia benya bi enso ato 0248928824 na on 3p m24 edin komo emulate for daroma womu ana kantanka for womu na de ene emulate ba supplement ba immune system booster nti obesha no so na dia ma me sesa ne ene waduma dia wodi etie obu a wo ya adwuma wo gya ho ya ma me no mo no adokono emo ana afe mu amoka banku choba sa wodo awiemu na mugina gya ho ni nyina no affect mu nti se mo koda na mo sori anopa na ya na ede pa mo mpedru bi na afe mo nom emulate no eno ana bebu adre wa adwama so man mu ba bi a obedu bia no se kantanka dro no upe bia ubenya bi enso atimi atomi dimafo aye Dr. Time eda so yes Dr. Daruma Dr. Dem ze ya teneso ani asori dwumadi a wodi ne se mre ne de whatever to so amanti time na bo left na afe ese tim right den enya asemetu akra ni nyina ne kire se obezo ocho se left no kra no battery ni wu a right no ebebo adwuma na afe wodi ahwe o time o share wo se stroke yi na wotwe a eno ano no eno nso entwam ho beto awo anu aka tro se na ebusumi mu obefa furo ebeba ni nyina na ma doctor expression ti a ye fe no Dr. Time eda so na odini dwuma wa bua kwa agogo school junction mo am kran so ye wo pokewa se mayera afrefre 0244 774282 na wadu nkomo enem anope na ye ni say no na ye nko currency ko because empama gudie no de o minimo obi obakasa me de me kon no se me ye empama gudie bra boko de ana oba ekoye ana nkoye ni nyina ne sem mbia na enkomo no so nye enti obie so na yasem kese se obebie so na ja adi so nye na chama bezo wani ma me ye nya ne china na se da foforo na ni nyina no rashes na agu na emanim guase ba no pesramic shane ni gini bi na afi no nom eno ano no eji afiwo ade ama gono ana afi syphilis no wanya wadro ne man capsules ne memedro ena ma brama ejina brane ewo mpem ana afi hindi no so no diabetes ana afi blood pressure 0246348334 na yedin komo power specialist yede no erem ewa amano ne yama me doctor akosu aduaya hepatitis na afi fatty liver ni aye ulcer aduane to yema na afi utwa wo ho enya asemeto a ehwe ni nyina no wase bra kidney ana one problem no enso ngaba na liver wase bra na afi omo yema me eye atuma ye pa onro ni bebre aduaya ba malamis no eye malaria dro cough care ba Mr. Obowa eno ba boa wo kuma se afi ya se Bosomtwi road ekwano so waduaya Johnson wa kran so kwabenya ACP road ho ana afi takrade fa se o rekodo ewa na GX state 0244 544 na ne ma me doctor akosua aduaya edin komo fancy
wo me da say supreme ye bana quick ama me fa me code ne ma late aba be share question of the day no ye nkomra na ye no nso omomudi ye no ye fantasy ye be kan wasem sisi enche bia chairman amwako so monitor me ba hono ya ba be dinko but a quick one 16 hours any Milan for the yen komo hwe na BW58 6D4 348 16 hours 10 NA BW58 6D4 8CB BW58 6D4 C24 NA 8 BW58
6D5
20C
20C.
A 7 O's and a last code. A BW58 6D5 5B6. Maybe.
Okay, Namenka green.
Yes. Ana yem fantasy no. And do D first. Get frame. Ana a D first.
Oh, okay.
Na obenya 2,000 Ghana cedis.
Okay.
From yem fantasy no. Ana Lalasia Azaro. Lalas Abubakar. And so Tosumienu obenya 1,000 Ghana.
Tower.
From yem fantasy league.
Okay.
Ana Roye Cheetah Isaac P. No. Okay. Isaac P. Tosumiensa. Onobenya 500 Ghana cedis. I'm a producer best send you man momo. I can't come from day one so join Wontumi fantasy league now. Yes season now. Oscar. 2,000 first place, 1,000 second position now. 500 or toss me and no. And also my class are board birthday. Oh, okay. I am share my class are board sporting man. Happy. Mike now on Tunsupengu. On the birthday no so na oman manya fine dia esinisi. Nti birthday no am say na dia abofra bon wa. O ma cheche dia kura nti no. And so no. Wona uko aya amanfi central constituency so organize a hopeful chairman kwabena mo akono no kwabena mo akono chairman 1. Okay. Chairman 1 Memphis Central constituency.
Central.
I'm
organizer.
And that's what no. Constituency
organizer.
Oza no pe kwa no hene be kana say.
Yeah. Muso ni papa.
Chairman there.
Ni Memphis for say mo we the needful.
You can be our tinti we are on kra.
We the needful.
Here.
Na chairman 1 mo fa no to akonya no so na. O mabuana bibia.
Restoration of hope panic. Esi wa Memphis Central because what Trinity so na call for chairmanship no mo can so we dey na botre no twe no bro to bi anka na ni brade ya
of course and also when you organize
come in me ho ba chairman dey so na make us
chairman as well uti ase
on face show ni ago
chairman e chia Chairman Fifo say so mo dey no nchom beto won.
Nine chibem say by we bia no mo to.
Okay.
Ti no. Na final question of the day Abba. Amusu P or say who is being your best player of the 2025-2026 season? And yet limited to ABA League back pay. One account. Who has been your best?
Ghana League now.
I say you see your best player of the year of the 2025-2026 season. Team nipa bia fu so your best player biano. Or one of your best player this season.
Atakumi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for player scoring 6 goals in a single game. Messi Mugrami who be a check.
Julian Alvarez in the River.
Yeah.
River Police.
Yeah.
Almost 8 ball 6 goals. No 6. No man match ball no 2.
Oh, okay.
Make I say City for Kwakotono no. Or yeah, boss I born away. Na me hear no story who's a Kwabia City for fan the neighbor. Unzu me. Masa na you wan pa kweba nso no. Bia unfo ni ball. O quality ko so bia unfo ni ball.
Chese ball no ni ball. The sense in a single game there. It's not something
the crime player of the season. The player of the season.
Ngomata.
The player of the season.
Ngoma
I'm Fama Bruno
Fernandes. Okay. But Bruno wants 6 goals in a single game.
Men can't some men goals now they judge.
Okay.
Goals. Born out born this season.
Oh, for sure, he has done well.
Samuri Muye no ye Caribbean command.
Oh yeah, Kaligi Indian come fight.
Arsenal G League no right, but on say individuals no obia here from there I say any there Declan Rice obia be Saka near the bat
stand out
no oh yeah
stand out for Man U there
T Ghana for
oh there no okay
Ghana for say
Almost okay. Wow, Bruno Insuna, Pedro Martina Cruz, I know ya, John also for Bruno Fernandes, and what day about Benjamin Fences areas a hurricane, and what call a diamond Quacky man was more fire couple and fancy Di Maria, and no a diabo no de one Chena de Quaku Madrid register say hurricane, and what call de Amano, when so a Michel Diaz, or say Antoine Semenyo, and what de Bemano, call a Jawa Tonunya Jaketua, na Benjamin, and so Chess Hurricane, and what call de Amano rich citizen, Chess Hurricane, it deserve, for you man was a Bruno all the way, one of Diano, and I feel so a doctor's Garzi, or said Declan Rice, and it deserve an Anaquesi, and from San Fasco, as a Bruno, and it deserve Father Bones, and so Chess or call for Bruno, and I fix excellency, and I read do a Chess or Cote de Ama, Michael Olise, and now Wazaru say, watching the show live from Morocco, Casablanca, fancy, was a Bruno, and it deserve one candy, oh, Mujumedina, and was Shapa, season we.
Well, Stephen appear on Facebook, say, or Kwadiama Hurricane, I say success, I Kali, so say, I Raya Fuseni, Haruna, so say, Manuel, and I say, Anna Devil, so say, Kwadiama Calvin. Bossy, okay, Karen Bossy, a Bruno Anno Voti, and so a day Amanona, even Saite say, one of the Hurricane, Bruno Fernandes, David Raya, Anna Declan Rice, one of them 40, and so a Diamana Brace, Bruno, of course, a friend of Mike McBrant, one of a message in the TC, MB, fast food. And so I will chrono do my say or more cheer or daily TV Kessia. Yes, walk up on his over bomb board.
Oh, nice.
Commentator be our duty, there be our how much no me no crab did it.
So bonus
2 a.m.
How much?
I drew. I was saying you might because remember your commentary 2 anopa
and man
and some manopa
and you know.
And I'll be some years answer as a man double adi.
For sure. That one the MJ. I'm a US time using Mexico time walk up video very real.
Why not Kaka Brown matching to Uncle but for someone. I see a can watch Yanka matching to
refuse who many true bar.
Could Johnny Pano Quanakas of Kofi Natis and one is
I've got Kawanisa. Will be a smile.
And then Monday, and then I say.
Restoration of hope.
Panic. As you are my Vincent Trouble. What Trinity is a call for chairmanship no more castle. We have number 10 or train bro. To Bianca and any Bradia.
Of course. And also when you organize.
I mean, home. But I find this was make us the time as well. Utias on face show near go. Chama, say.
Time for say, somebody and one chumber to one.
Nine, I'm Chiams by we be at no more. Okay. No. Now, final question of the day, Abba. Amusu P. Or say, who is being your best player of the 2025-2026 season? And yet limited to ABA League back up. Maybe account. Who is being your best?
Ghana League now.
I say you see your best player of the year of the 2025-2026 season. Team Nipa be for your best player Biano. Or one of your best player this season.
Atakumi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for player scoring says goals in a single game. Messi Mugram who be a check.
Julian Alvarez in the ABO River.
Yeah.
River Police.
Yeah.
Almost 8 or 6 goals. No more man match ball no 2.
Oh, okay.
Because I say City for Kwakotono no. Or yeah, boss I born away. Now we hear the story who's out be a City for one fan the neighbor. Unto me. Masana you one pack by so no. I be on phone ball. Or quality cause so be on phone ball.
Chess a ball on ball. Oh, it says in a single game there. It's not something.
The crime player of the season. Player of the season. Player of the season.
Ngomata.
The player of the season.
Ngoma
I'm Fama Bruno
Fernandes. Okay. But Bruno wants 6 goals in a single game.
Men can't some men goals now they judge.
Okay.
Goals. Born out one born this season.
Oh, for sure, he has done well.
Samuri Muye no ye Caribbean command.
Oh yeah, Kaligi Canadian come fight.
Arsenal G League no right, but on say individuals no obia here na from there Raya say any there Declan Rice obia be kan saka ne ade but
stand out
no oh yeah
stand out for Man U there
Ghana for
say no okay
Ghana for say
okay. Bruno Insona, Pedro Madina Cruz, I know ya, John also for Bruno Fernandes, and what day about Benjamin Fancy Serious Hurricane, and what call a Diamano Quacky man was a more fire couple and Fancy Di Maria, and no a Diabono de Wanchena de Quaku Madridista say Hurricane, and what call de Amano, when so a Michel Diaz, or say Antoine Semenyo, and what de Bemano, call a Jawa Tonunya. Na Benjamin and so Chelsea Hurricane and what day a man rich citizen Chelsea Hurricane deserve for you man was a Bruno all the way one no and I feel so a doctors Garzi or said Declan Rice and it deserve and I kwesi Anton Sanfasco as a Bruno and it deserve Father Bones and so Chelsea or come for Bruno and I fix excellency and I read do a Chelsea or day ama Michael Olise and I Wazaru say watching the show live from Morocco, Casablanca. Fancy was Bruno, Anna, it deserves one candy. Oh, Mujumedina and was season we.
Well, Stephen appear on Facebook, I say, or Kwadiama Hurricane. I say success, I Kali, so say, I Raya Fuseni, Haruna, so say, Manuel, and I say, Anna Devil, so say, Kwadiama Calvin. Bossy, okay, Cadron Bossy, Bruno, Anno 40, and so a day Amanona, even Saite say, one of the Hurricane, Bruno Fernandes, David Raya, Anna Declan Rice, one of them, and over 40, and so a Jamana Brace, Bruno, of course, a fan of Mike McBrant, one of a message in the TC, and B fast food. And so I will chrono my city or more children or daily TV KC. Yes, walk up on his other bomb board.
Oh, nice.
Commentator be our duty, the be our how much no me no crab did it.
So bonus
be 2 a.m.
How much?
To you drew I was saying you may because remember you commentary 2 1
and man
up
and you know.
And I hope some years answer as no man double adi.
For sure. That one the I'm a US time losing Mexico time.
Angwa Juma no you Yami Wohoda Se Uji Didia Obeya Juma and such Renia no you Yami Wohoda Se Uji Didia Obeya Juma Ye bompaye Shamachi Israel Yehuwa Ilahenu Yehuwa Ekat We ahata et Yehuwa Elohika Bika Luvika Uvika Naveshika Uvika Miyodika Tode Yasak in English in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Shut up, come on, boy. Kapo. Say, Kapo chairman. I feel like chairman. Yes. Now I be answer. Go tama taboku kasa mo send messages and ben no be say. Hey, oh chairman, ya dear pa say what me assemble. I just quite be coming ho hene papa me.
Na guess it is okay how
for like with the show now. Shara Yenko Italy Sanano permanent to just Roma for after a 7 years and almost Ameki Omo come back our Champions League anymore and what you come Amano Casano come for now. Woman so qualified by Italy. Woman league I proper distance, many channels some other come for Baby Room and so our Champions League now also Pano Nami Tromo so come crowdie and your weeks ago and a confirm let's say woman so qualify for Europe and also trust woman yadia crown matches and I'm telling you now so omu lusubi crown just a baby ababo and asempo oman yadia crowdie na just a conference league and so abaya ayo come for no so we need matches and automatically and ya ka say nyame ya ma na season woman some ababo UEFA Champions League where I for the first time and some our club number custom and woman so to me advance say na ya the more na jaba some me manager manager na ye follow Fabregas because ansa Fabregas ana no pay ye unsa ono som wedding komo e be atro players na manager no ma wo butwa cycle moment ni na manager as well kan nyina no sa wey ayom last cycle of the season na just what dormant because omobakaya won wadi kan ba tutwa sa wo match sa kan nyina no sa omo wini e be 2 matches bi ewom na be adia kan so omo lose kran na wonom na watiri yes aye den a won ba Champions League that time no na wo calculate aye matches no said the manager and some upper 2 wins out of the remaining matches ninka mathematically no amma aye komo and more Champions League yes was say no ni masema woka sena ampa manager no watiri bisa your clubs no bi awo hono a wo some other drop point ebe lose matches amampani ampa no ateno so bam ente amakomo awo sene nkoda no wo deserve wono na nyaje na obekan ne nkwana nyina say moment bi by amori team bi ensom of Serie B adaba Serie A ama the same season no wo to so fourth ema wo qualify for Champions League no ayen koma course between coach na ye follow Fabregas and nkoda no yenti say the Fab edin komo and they are trying to boys our we know ayen last cycle of the season Adia Sao Paulo Dybala na Dybala yobia wonim sa ono so twumadi ano odene nyina no na chese Dybala no makacho sa wobete ayen sika so na fe wono so I extended a contract at the club ye fam say Roma and no pomo say am say after Sabaya confirmed as a woman so qualify for Champions League no Paulo Dybala ebeste na wo start wo tisika no so woba sign contract no until 2027 na bia option of another year denaba call aye 2028 ebewom na omamano 2.5 million euros a season plus bonuses no aye amount abontia ye for Sao Paulo Dybala wonu som abeje ade agude botom na ye ka aye Roma samuno wonum say Roma wo coach no aye Jean-Pierre Gasparini na manager no sa na ayi hane Paul Claudio Ranieri ansa ye be ka sa Ranieri ayo bia no wo makontokwa na opane no so obekọ na ejai ama coach na anya no freedom enso dia ye adwuma no mo na diri e ba sankania Claudio Ranieri eda so aye adwuma ana Jean-Pierre aye adwuma andono a akanya de se Roma for no wo mo so ngaba qualify de menya se manager no yes we country no pen for say we benya 5 new players na 5 new players na mo nshano so sa wo mo ababo Champions League enonteno Roma aye club manager no say ohia center back eno aye 1 and after 2 and some aye full back ebiem wo hia midfielder ebiem no wo hia winger and wo say striker one aba deputize aye Don Yel Malen ono na chesenu a wo sha penalty and as a penalty boto twene no ana Dybala sunset na wonu yansom apia ball to mo na chese we aye 5 signings aye dey say Roma for no wo mo twensam amonsa betu yaka na Juventus and qualify for aye Champions League and I say I'm about a big problem when sa Juventus ebe luziska na report amenya no say ye can say Jean Elkan ono and some other Luciano Spalletti wo mo be share meeting nyina no manager no say so beto so ya adwuma and some other Juventus one also pay 6 new players na 6 new players at Juve and some aso mo pano when say coach no kodin come say wo here players more character players more character was say example at to say Manuel Locatelli example at to say Weston McKennie and your player Bob Bano watete na wo suro I say ya possible man kwana na yam hihye no was super players omono wo omono ball no fight and some other team no every ball omo fight and you can say kwaya say oh you shy of salvage ball and sani manitina say opomo more character dia bako ensom abe goalkeeper na say goalkeeper na odam no onyade mienu aye center back miensa ensom aye left back na chese Juve wo mo bankum so awa kire no ensom awa fam ebiem aye midfielder no yeso opani so opera register na say bia 6 papa bia register bi any ade anu bi ana chese manager no one some up ansana wo be attacking midfield midfielder na or the striker and some so anti enfa bia de kan so chesan kwara no wa striker so no ya de nyina no manager no some pebi esa dia ba striker so e dia so e wa bra no pay no yare update ema yete for life e wo show no so a eno some aye kakra fi amaso ye and some other banana pay no and some I was show no so na ebiam no wonim say na no pe bob 10:25 e wo Milan ana Giorgio Fulani wonu some abedru Milanello na say Milan omo headquarters so pen na abedru na since no some ayara hosam because AC Milan pan na am say no ma touch sound no wo bia no ankomu win game e wo fia nanka wo manya Champions League am some awra ani adeno na Milan foi washe first goal ama Kayari wamum abete ababeshe eno ana kofa asem ne bai no na report aba no say mete say yes Antonio Conte na we free Napoli no yes AC Milan mpano fano be so mu hwehwe ahwe say anyabia no Conte kwamba do say bia ye man the right project obaba no obaba ye adwuma no adiama aye AC Milan na enti Milan fano nya coach na ye fano Antonio Conte omo papa enom ababa kakra no so free omaso ye ente bana no pay no ensom awo show no so say German kan say Spain omo man no manager na mi e no World Cup away and some aye Justin Baswan ye demawi Jeminya no say player bien wa born ball edema Real Madrid awobeko World Cup ni bie etishano so Dani Cavaya we are say yabekaso onyamu nkonti no Spanish player and a ball ama Real Madrid asani pano wono abeko World Cup Luis de la Fuente and the mini squad onami squad no 1-2 San Franfre aye Madrid a player bien yekai anyare so mo benya bia ko ebiem no akoda ne mfa no se Ansu Fati ansa Fati eko Monaco ema na nya bad crab de menya no se ayo official se Ansu Fati World Cup no onkobi coach no amfre no enom ababa kakra fi amaso ye ensom ade banana pay no e wo show no so ko mo kwafa no se aye bebawo amaso ye a obenya bebawo enkoda ne bi ensom erisa aye Nico Williams America Laporte a chesa Unai Simon omo nyina no ensom awramu awon ye kan se aye World Cup asafo no nyina no Lona na chesa bossa for no dem se wo mo contingent no so no hye o abiko wo hwe aye squad no na chesa bossa team no wo mo som enyamu ade ba man koda no wo mo som ababe wura mo ani adiame nei ayade se one Garcia wonom aye bossa player goalkeeper no Eric Garcia from Barcelona Pau Kubansi eko aye Pedri eko Gavi enya collab Dani Olmo enya collab Ferran Torres enya collab anafe Lamine Jamal ono ensom enya collab na Chesadino ensom aye samte adama bobokua ye fansa Barcelona meno kase no womunwe kra coach ni we som aye live event ana wo hwa manager am ada so kasa kakra ana sharak mo enso ade aye live feed ama onano pai babi a wo bia som awo chesofie mo ne aye mo nyumam ani ade omo dwumadie no ana chese gusu alkoso ahonsam nyina no yadeba no yebisa say when was the last time aye ko World Cup Real Madrid a player bien wo mu awo Spain wo mu squad no mo na chesam sananom ebe hapa we ayade se ensam pinano ensom ababa na chese den Heisen nom ene chese wo Asensio nom ene Gonzalo Garcia mo nyina no wo mantimi anyamu awura a chese we ha atwen pass ne eno som akwakaba no sa na ye kan latest adiama no nyina chi no wonim se teminya no say Rudu Spaina, woman transfer many qualification. Area ba La Liga proper, necessary Deportivo La Coruña, woman Abba, and Real Chesa Racing Club de Santander, Nessa Racing Santander, woman and some Abba League anymore. Naka one more slot, no, and some Almeria, and Malaga, Las Palmas, and Castellon, woman and about boy ISR player of that England, woman bomb the semi-finals no wombo 2 games do be win ebekwa we share our final we be din kunim na chess automatically when our team abeka ho na mabo La Liga Liga na sense no amsa enei Deportivo La Coruña aba ama Racing Santander womo som aba chesena eno aye good news ensom adama team no na La Liga mawie no wonom so munya 1024 goals eno La Liga this season no womo som timi abo na manager for Santiago Simeone goals na mebeka wasam enano pesa for the first time ever Simeone adwumadie mo womo concede aye 44 goals our league no mo a ebensi da ana coach no say ya want to say hedge pa na one kasa oya was a problem and some adama team no na also ma concede too many goals I was say no ana momentum yan come nim our La Liga no mo was so the compare Champions League no didn't you to me call ya koko drew aye nimu and some and say wo mo share more goals and so our near ya fan say Champions League no manuntina and am some ama omutumi call one manim National League no nam say go shan our form and almost concede more and no and nam so ema wo mo some antimi ankose de wo mo some supporting na season no our senior master na our senior master de aye there evolution ebe ya dwuma no and ebe ma aye akwada na fan say Julian Alvarez and be no Robert stay and also about anopa me catch us coach and say boy no wanya akwada wanyini wanwa in fact what taking decision cry na anopa latest I mean say no say yesem aye Julian Alvarez no crofo no ba ku bia ono so ban ne pa me to say ni inner circle no emu ba ko enso ahia aye several agencies ama aye chesam komodie omodibi pa na nkomo omodini nyina ne ba bia wo sa boy ne eko na wubusa akoda na nkasa wo beka cho so prefer Barcelona to Abia Paris Saint-Germain and chese Arsenal chese medeba to so month ago sir wo mu coaches and sa akoda no enso adun komasie Mikel Arteta and na kasa Luis Enrique ankasa ne din komo ansa na wo Barcelona dia na chesa Deco ena ye adwuma no sane yoma no nyina no eno ensom akoso na anopa onsa ebeto twa se Barca for initial offer omo yesa anka omo di ska kakra ebeko na nkomo de Ferran Torres ensom ade account onsa Barcelona yobi o tight striker ema Atletico yenim krade Suarez ekobi ana David Villa ono su kobi chesa omo yesa nkomo de Ferran Torres no ebeka o akọ na mi anka amakwema Julian Alvarez aba German can say Ferran Torres essay wonom yemfanin kasika ho enkwaje na yonko emfane ma na ono so kra no akwada na oba no kra sabio ebibi na ebibi anka onya de enche sa o an wonye ready so kra say wo be fi Barcelona ensom akontomu a wo mo ye yodrum ana mo mfane nkono Ferran Torres essay oni be bia akwada bia no wonom sa no pe kra de report Atletico for no ensom adepa no sa woman less than 150 million euros. Mabeka chwa say woman do almost akoda no sika na enwa no mo tie enwa no mo dumante either say 150 million euros, nothing less. And some Jeffrey Ayaboku ye fan Atletico fana so and some aje banana pena player no one so ewa kakra doubt kakra ntina and opamekas was say wabeso hu se Barca ebetimi assign no ampa ana se Barcelona so sign no anya bia no de lecture se oya guaranteed se on register no ama from day one wababo no nya chance ade about Champions League ni bia na wo hu de Barca for be ya ansana wonom ade pressure akwakoto Atletico for no suntano ya de akoda no so be sempari for no wo so aye edman sansa me no kasai woni manager no wo mani hia woni Diego Simeone amsani man shadan kika enkwasere na initially no na no som asitentia akora no de Barca timi obusika asem ye nkwande a amsa boy no omo ana omo ye favorite say wo som abato sansa plan B na eno aye João Pedro yes Chelsea for so say ano pay omo kama Barca fana so wati say empo aye world record fee ana se Barca for be say wo mo betua for aye João Pedro krana wo mo nton aye Pedro ema Barcelona and you said the Chelsea for no woman some Edomo Diana Diabasa world record Esika Krama Kotano and so Enko na Jose Marino Onumsa Marino Bay Asa Gro Robert Anna Bastoni na Hans Flick ayesa on shana nyada aya Bastoni sa no unum sa omo shase link boy no edema aya Jose amache se bumu kra no wo Julius Joseph say Bastoni eba wono ebetimi ayuzi akoda no ye pa na o Julius Bastoni musa Bastoni no enso ebetimi aya dwuma no simple enso ediama aya Real Madrid tena ye kasai report am say Canada eba say Jose enso anya akoda na wo pe ana no what Endrick no yesi manager no Julius paso no so ebetimi ayuzi Endrick na fe wono asa yuzu ye na on say Enrique Riquelme ayobia wono na ma aya Florentino hu enisa mo na wo Julius se to abana wan hwa Florentino Perez wo mato ade atiana bata hono de gise bia ye tuwi ansa na bia ya je di sa ayampa mu tunu because wo pani de kana asem se fear delegate ebe ye yodrom beduro na afia beto aba wie na wonya one na wonu ya hyimu kranti enioma de oye bi pa on sa grangena wo ma ye ene nioma hodro o ma ye nyina medika be kansa wonya office ansa office no eban aye Santiago Bernabeu na Jeminya no say owura no am so wonya submit wa present ne candidacy say ono ebegina sa yento ne so aba na Enrique Riquelme aye yenioma hodro pina ne electoral headquarters ene we ya no per-timer no panie miem oba office enso ene wonum ne slogan no aye legacy and future. Legacy and future eno a slogan and some adema ayo pani said the police for abeka service with integrity no onuya dia so legacy and future said ye Wontumi adia nyamensa wo mu no opani de legacy and future eno aye said the opani fan sa aye Riquelme and Enrique and so enter no ma jabe na no pay ya am tetani ya kan nyina no and some amaye tefona Paris Saint-Germain woman are so prepared na PG for say yamantu twa say woman nkwaya de a ebe disturb omutim no etuwei Spain officially almost squad no anam di kan tutum ema wa a shara kuma project e dia to so e diama no tobo squad no so an wo hye masem ze Spain for no so be hadwo World Cup de be sim so be nya sina Paris Saint-Germain team no woman plan for no be so mo chese and the squad no our balance dada enti onkwaya bibi hu bia na wo fan konkosai aye squad no ntomo de wo omatama aboro so ebia players no be ye mienum akwacha ye bia miensa bi eno aye be se profiles amorasa wo mum ebetimi dia ba aye samai wo mum kwaya de chinchin bia ma emesai omo so foundation asa wo mum balance wo manya ewo team no mo na me no kasai mabeka no dada sa Mohamed Salah ayobia wo ko aye for na bunch ya wo mum so peno na na bunch for no make enough from a one was one chesa o agreement amone Mosala na 1+1 1+1 mo about 20 million euros for one season na +1 juma ebia wamatum enso adiamano ene ye from Turkey omoka enti yabakoso Mauritania from Ayesala enso akamsa anyabia for na bunch de no wobanya ko anasasai ene no so abesi akwai no ene no pe no ye de ene so ade eba na guso ayeka for na bunch asam no wonu sa for na bunch for say ene openina wo jina say ntone so aba wo presidential candidate chefano Hakan Safi na Safi so moto amane mana wo de Francesco Farioli FC Porto wo mu coach ne ebaba de na no ya wo de Porto Ag League after 4 years no wo penini say o de Francesco aye Farioli ebaba be coachi aye bobo kwafaro safar na bachi enti omonto abana emano ana Galatasaray team no wo mu say Eduardo Camavinga ne board na ne board dia wo mu ntimi ntona outright enti ade a Galatasaray ebeso wo mu ye no say enyanka Madrid entiasie na ne Camavinga emebo loan after one season loan no na omonso adenia kan say option purchase no wo mu som adia no adia shem ensom adia ma aye boy no so do no ana Maro Icardi ayobia mabeka troso ba so outstanding na as part of nkomana omudini nyina no wonim say boy no oyobia nkoje 10 million euros a season ba Galatasaray for chem wo mate so kura wo say man 4 million euros na say nay woman to 6 million e dey free so wo ba gi ana boy no so say wo bi a wo get 10 wo teswa want me and can 6 and 5 for kra wo dey call 4 dey onye one you kra no aye 7 million euros ana wo ba gi enti dey men say kan say komono wo mon so abakos wo di na fe ya hwa sanya bia no mo so betumi afa boy na ba mo nchi so player na say Madrid mu po aye Madrid akoda na ye fa no David Alaba wo say Alaba so dey no ye say no report no fi Germany and abasa woni be Besiktas ensom ayawie na Besiktas any can be key initial contact omo twan say bia David Alaba e de ane ensom abema team no enti Mauritania we sanya bia no say and ensom abesia ko Arsenal and na ye ka say Stone no Arsenal for so monda and obi ada bio wona nka 22 years anyway won't Premier League gada mo kwa na ma banana for esrem na bi mo twetwe mo ni ade wo so na Bottlers FC and wo bia no betu ya kasa Arsenal and some aye Bottlers abia because Premier League no wo mo anantie and wo sa wo chance say wo mo some abe double as part of wo double no celebrations and your man cost omo Germany pa na wonum say Arsenal wo mo na baba the first team our Premier League anymore after so mo ko the entire season our Brahman conceded penalty woman ya red card said the Arsenal and the red card ba kokura no woman Chelsea me red card ba ko timi do 2 in a single season was for final red card nkwa be 8 to 7 de dibia ma coach so dibi achesam Arsenal and consider penalty ba kokura and red card so no omanya ba kokura yellow cards and 51 and ayet the Gunners omo club no and some enya ya and no ayet free omaso na no pay no and some ante abana ebiom no wonum se temenya no na no pay no say David Raya woman than award no some abran some catch and say 19 clean sheet bema ya jepa na so so bodjuma fei ye betie Mikel Arteta say am say wo so ni am scientists wo say wura lab ho wo mo kika ni o masia ni said o mani asi abre a game against Paris Saint-Germain no any adino ba because am say Budapest the next animal coach no and some and kwara we dey say Roman Empire atesana omo kwaku sword and sani manu nyina na amon so dia ya ade dia ma the Ghana so mutim no na Mikel Arteta and you be say message by ana jama won kwada because ye kan nyame yarma Saturday 4 o'clock anumra mo bo aye Paris Saint-Germain and was waka chan kwada ne say freedom kray Arsenal atade Arsenal JC ente say ba kuno na say emu aye du woje ba ko a eni kwansa so ha ti eni emienu miensa enan our set titles na ba to so a yentie coach Mikel Arteta.
This shirt now represents something else. We are the champions, and that brings a lot of confidence, a different kind of presence and energy to it, but as well another kind of responsibility as well. And my job now and everybody at the club is going to be to live those standards now and achieve more because I think we are capable of doing it. What I said to the boys that this shirt now represents something else.
Mikel Arteta no and I didn't some Adamo no pay live for Shono Suna. Man City manager Fanasa Pep Guardiola. Nano Sia Sadian say Obobo. No one to me and Kunima. If we say Emma Ria Ojo Home 3 days time Obesan Kwakobo game. And say be an Man City for no woman to me and your title and from Kwin see when say 10 years and you they also much piano omaje any other Sunny man no one some was here na the amamfo busa sana farewell na Man City adema no ene buy Diana de Barca Diana de pa ana obeka se na ano hye esonani ana wo se Barca de wo bia no se Barca da no come so because I know was started as a ball boy and to me fa Barca de no entoto ana so to me fa City ne buy de no entoto Barca de no Barca de wo bia no se yon one team yon one fie a chese no ayon come manager na mom was say o gidie say kwa won koi manager bi o be bia no because what deliver because club no ebe support o and o gidie say players a wo mo ewo ho na ye ka say no wo mo so ebe ma team na kwaso age titles yentie Pep Guardiola.
The Europa League and this top team. So because they are stubborn, because they know exactly what they want to do. They know perfectly that the opponents are so tough here in Europe and wherever. That any trophy we take, we don't take for granted. We won a final against Chelsea, now one against Arsenal. I would not say they are not good teams. We fought, we finished first against a team like Aston Villa and they won the Europa League and this top team. So always I would like to my fans say it every single step, everything you do, don't wait to win the Premier League to be happy. That is what it is. Don't wait to win the Champions League to be happy. Enjoy the process.
Kakra manager no so ene ma ye na opedi amenya no say ansa mebeka say Marcos Senesi aye Bournemouth omo boy na okọ for free meka say Barcelona epone aye Bernardo Silva nyina so wakra obi anu say aye dada na nanu ya na Barca for no so be show interest de menya no say Tottenham Hotspur wo ma ka league ni mo Marcos Senesi aye obi a report amensa kan say verbally wo ma agree say boy na be bon ade ma Tottenham Hotspur nyame ya doma enom aye next season sense wo mu players na ebia Romero and Van de Ven ebu bi ebenya continue wo mu Senesi eba be shem na Bruno Fernandes and a Barca ayampa wa rejected £200 million said we be stay upon the board yama Manchester United and Bruno say and on Premier League now no personal and a Premier League no personal bon so nya be adan say we be cause board yama Manchester United say and now you can Premier League according to Bruno was say I the best and we are say and I say league no so the best and we are say and then to the two be also di sikachi ekọ because sikano when you be our hunt today we only be akọ you and just a Premier League na and one also other so now say you say moment now Ruben Amorim a coachy and Manchester United no answer Sir Jim Ratcliffe ono and then the sikaba be shame our sporting sector na say you say bia no planning na so or trena dwe anaso suggest krana wo say we no am say ye bi agromu o say playfully na playfully no to me use F word edema ayeko onana ye fan sa Jim Ratcliffe say be F wasam ko aha anti san na manager no sia nioma ba Michael Carrick so de em say ya grow say ya ni bresu on kekane nsam de basa a chese Carrick obi o ye kam buade a chese aprobi ono so je suggestions and sanioma no nyina no ensom atum na man for no yes say woman pe Elliot Anderson afi Nottingham abano yesi Evangelos Marinakis wopani se na kweda ne se de Chelsea etua £150 million ekofa Caicedo abai no womo so Caicedo enie enti de menya no se Evangelos no wo use aye Chelsea de no and their price akwada no ntina say yam Manchester United apedia £150 million Man City and so I the same amount no I was so much when I'm saying Chelsea, 9 matches, our Premier League anymore. No, so we need 2 pet. And I saw the draw 6. What are 9 matches and come on draw 6. No more lose me and sa. We have 6 points a pet. Non comedy about Europa. Chelsea for said that. Emzam Koran who's a a conference league. No got to top papa so and near who and your time. And I just said more Europe cry. Now Rhys James a captain. A man say now we will be a TO. And a captain say Ojirio Bass and Kaye. Now club at the Chelsea Urban European titles are and your Baku and your Mino. Woman judge more now be a woman not swimming and suppose to be a real season now want to me and qualify for Europa. Not just an Grassy. I was so much to say now I'm going to show you not for baby. A two sunny and baby and your man crying in woman some better Yashana Kama. Now Chelsea a manager of Fanamami. What him say over Fanasa a Callum McFarlane a Juan interim Omubusan Komoka class a European Mamma Bio Hajo or the Yentia interim coach Callum McFarlane.
Make the best of a bad situation and get into the Europa League. We weren't able to do that. We didn't get the performance we wanted or the result. And the message to the fans we're as disappointed as them. We're gutted that we couldn't do it for them. They've been brilliant this year. They've really supported, especially in the last couple of weeks when we've needed to win games. You felt their presence, and unfortunately we've let them down today. We weren't able to put the performance in that they deserve. We wanted to win today and make the best of it.
Kakrefi manager na swere bana chesene wo din kunuma na nkebia Europe anu kwankra no eya short but amana sa unim sa na Mohamed Salah wo kwei ana chesama ana slot no yese mo Nigeria pass still slot enyo bia wo se omoma na to adwuma no so board members ni bi eda so hwesa won betimi appoint a new coach adiama team no ebi so gire pass odie Salah mo konti yento aya Rangers emano near start season almost start season na no ma hwesa nkoye dia na ne o masakene na hono ana Michael Owen o man kaso mo former player ese se wo probi a wo betimi aye Mohamed Salah dwuma na mamoa odie bia nya numbers se bia mo osinya no but obi obetimi Salah nine Jarrod Bowen na Jarrod Bowen ayobi ono and also mo fa no emane besansa adwuma de akora no so enim popa ntine say one fast Bowen ama na Salah kwa se be ha dwe because one championship no nya de obekọ answer ba se Chelsea ne teams no mu bi pe Bowen enso adana ba ajesem no ka say no Owen so I recommend there de ama Liverpool mu team na honsem nyina no ye de ama ye tefo enano pay enso I was sure so yen fence brano kwana fe ye no ameto aso
ase nneoma bi ya agoro e wo ha agoro no so doso okay mo so coach no say personal reasons and on the buy say with personal reasons yati ase na assistant coach no so
no do de buy no
do no ade ne buy no ade no America Desmond Ofe ho you enim some year 2 ana mo buy na mo
ana the goalkeeper trainer kan
e buy na ade ntina say wo kwa untimi ntina bench wo ma assistant no make Desmond na mo monitor team no ana we no won say ye ne Mexico no won hia
me de no ri say
ade no kan champion for
sa bo we say obi ko peska
but biambere me tro say coach no ye ni mrenti on say ye be bo Mexico ni akobo wars ana me boa Mexico ya bo awi me ba betena because every phone so mo work another friendly match the man coach because so two friendlies no mo nim say eswa I betimi dey access Black Star players before the tournament when your chance say ko bo Mexico game also mo 4-month contract near the man you 1 month what Jenny salary adi awie adwuma da was won
because I see in time na ye bafie na ye ba be hwe se de fie nso esitenti ye be hwa mano ne kakra bi na foreign de abrebia wo ho ye be hwe foreign no mu but yen semre ne pini abafie because no anu me sisi ye ne de eni kwan so twem ye ka che se bia egu ye ne mase ti se wan kasa nso no wo hwe na ye mawa na ne wara o jejirije na fe wa fe no so na offense so de no Sarjid offense Salah Gala beba so ewo Kokote AstroTurf ewo offense 27th of this month ekusi eye 31st kremo hona ono akwa na de Binance na de buy
okay kremo
anti am say abo su ene Kokote Zongo ampa menom ne Baron Nation Dupal amwawi
anyankaso
amwawi namon protocoli line for Old Town Rising Stars ne Saboa omona ebeboti Saboa ofenso Saboa ti enye gala ketwa kra wo mizana ho yedi
nyame adom ya na so
na radio adom kakra
bia boko shi
enye boko sa ti no maguni pa no masepa cha
mama wo say friends
ba nya hwe de so wonu twa se sanka me bo conference ni de 10th de enim guase
ti Alonso menya free shot at playing once and mo bo Monday pa o
nya hwe
say any bo Monday pa yet we bomb Monday to us very once and I make it bomb Monday to us sa Timuso bo bia qualify
next no send there
muzo bia bo muzo bia bo
wonim team ya wo kan ansem bi
de bia wonim team so na mo di 10th the bia wonim team
World Cup champions na no mo ka so
no that Club World Cup twemo bia kan
kai you be here for team so 2029
we here for this was
2029 me say na wo say de wo de na okay menu
oh yes
na wo so ho ye
ya kakra
mo yen komo
Yeah, and then me pese ka me ba fie ntempa be hwade because ye born na ye bibie ho no mu a ya atochia da bia so anya kwatena Chelsea e come Manchester United ne come Madrid ne Liverpool no e ka ne agya de no yet every major tournament so ba league ni aba we need a quota for the local players. You hear say be free way that is the point. That is the point. So me person no there on my part me say time no be brave or foreign no so and found say why some top quality stories say okay ye hwehwe mu no ya niam hadwene wo fie pa ya nimu ye guase ne mpanimfo bi nso ayi omani say niam emform ho se form ho so pa dia ye mpese be kasi so na ye ya akoye say ene na omunim de omoye emu mienu last time out we were here na RTUD players are among unrepresented omo kokosi akan ye ni ba bi akwakosie we were here and Benjamin Bernard Boateng saw those players no ball 5 goals go more yes say better free the goals so okay last season na make no yes better free goals yo akosi ba bia you be fear and me nche wo ho no bebre sa story ba ko a ye mesre Michael Owen recommended say Bowen Jared Bowen betimi aye the absolute replacement for Mo Salah Liverpool we went in English boys in bebre no I want to make coach no sharing your opinion on there obetimi a share na wo said ye tie obi twa me said dako mesi no ba be coach because the game is purely practical. Let's check but coaching is very different. Coaching, observe, gather information, transform that information and your ideology into that of your group. A group now, all transmit into them to believe as one people. Oh, we are no one kasa or persona and says also reflecting in the boys. And my coaching a very difficult job. English boys no mo pe coaching no at the end of them say Jared Bowen absolute look at the story replacement for Mo Salah or Liverpool for God's sake. Why? Really a funny story. Oh yeah, story we say Arsenal are caught the whole season our Brahman conceded a single penalty and a red card for the first time in the history of the Premier League. Not just say from 92-93 season, you know. Obia ni hono mo akwa entire season wabra. On consider penalty and I say on the record. But this season you say Arsenal born in your field yaw. Zumbu buga. Zumbu kuchiri. You say Arsenal in your corner no so no. And yet our opponent in the pom kwa you say Arsenal aggressive. Omo area no you say Arsenal very dirty. So rugged. We've been saying all sort of adjectives and adverbs they describe us in a team no. The word beauty there and from match yet among record bia. I won't consider a single penalty cry about atwachne. Arsenal for na idea. They've been very much disciplined. Now adwuma no my year e see goalkeeper David Raya so. David Raya we season with 19 clean sheets. And of course when you are fed successive Golden Glove award for England. Fed successive. But I feel now when you are Premiership title no so and I'm about the people say, oh, goalkeeper nobody mono and you feel kwa o coach last year, coach last 2 seasons ni nyina no ya what they can home. But let's talk about this. And one pass a season we be kwa wiye na obo 2 or probably 1 best performer for a team in England. Now they credit in a goalkeeper. Look, David Raya 3 consecutive Golden Glove awards. Make my categorize goalkeepers for England into 2 or probably 3 or more baby acquire kayomo and or more pretending to say or more belong to the top class. Max Schwarzer, Tim Howard, Pepe Reina, Hugo Lloris, Pickford, our current goalkeepers see over 3 Lions, Joe Hart. Omunyina to one bracket. And I also have another bracket. Shemaike at Manchester United. But the Peter Shemaike Bekao. Van der Sar, David Deer, Alisson Becker. These are all goalkeepers. Made the David Raya Bekako count. Also made the Thibaut Courtois count. Yo, we've gone to 38 game season in a league. And he's kept 19 of those games as clean sheet. Clean sheet, I've told you, say, a collective statistics. It belongs to certain players on the field. How many times are they clean sheet? Ekasa, Efa Messi, Ozil, David Raya, Mata Mohoda. Those players in the final third. Clean sheet, it belongs to players that are the base of the team. No? Center back for no, laterals for goalkeepers to some extent. Now they are more. But Arsenal have had a goalkeeper this season. Why a top-notch performer at their moment. Look, this performance won't be found credited Jokeres, Martinelli, Trossard, Bukayo Saka. There's no single player or the final third over to work as a team this so. He's been sharing the duty among Wenimono. But back in defense, and there's a David Raya and you want to keep about Arsenal for no so many comfortable.
Yes.
On one department when you be in Sabasonity. Yow, area Ben and Michaela Tetansa. Even Saliba and Gabriel Crassom. When you change this guy, let's just say Vishaba, he's done a massive job for Arsenal. Now the other who say, I don't think he'll be moving anytime soon because this is in deal Ukraine in home. So Arsenal so grow free has here. I think it will be on the presence of David Raya and the Mikel Arteta to me as a team. Of course, Saliba and Gabriela. I'm not sure said they're going to go anywhere anytime soon. And so by Bia way the Arsenal Baby Druno, yow, yet me and say on for much of the credit to them. So unfortunate in the national team, no, and you're no head down. Impo and the performance of here can number 2 cry no. Come on, Fanonto. Spain goalkeeping department, no, yow. Are you hot, papa? A lot of things resonating why Alvarez are likely so between free. Atletico Madrid now. And you may be brave, okay, a ticket. Obit me a Simeone style of play. Obit me a drew game, no, a less stage now, a second beam, no more punish opponent, so no more retreating into the blocks. Obit me a in the ideology of the coach. He doesn't believe, say, or see team see attackers, and about this one, or be successful. So that buying for my company, I know. What's a company one neglected defense now? Everything happens in the final third, and they believe say if it happens in the final third, you're real. But for Diego Simeone, when you send a channel, say a catch more, and on us we Sarah and him demo. It is so called attacking-minded player. On pay defensive work be prepare, yeah, and wow. Number 3, ocean a type of profile. It's also beefy Barca pass a club. Barca. Say, yeah, my boy, look, the John, I'm the Huru Barca fans, but the Huru, you know, because look, he doesn't befit the Barca number 9 at all. Look, the John 9 or Babona say, Kevin Prince, Watimunya 9, no be Bobo Kakra, Bright Waitemo. Yo, Barca number 9 is a classical number 9, just as they are 10. Their number 9 isn't a region number 9. Say, the cost will be I don't care unless scoring. No, their scoring is a subset of what you bring aboard. Check Barca number 9 for no Romario, Thierry Henry, Ibrahimovic, David Villa, Samuel Eto'o, every now Alex Sanchez, Ebabeshe, Niger be recently Sabo 9. No, all of those players. More quality Ronaldo Firmino. So Osha Alvarez profile now Bobo Suarez Lewandowski de so these are all number 9 so omnibo na abo naturally current market no hwan and into the tori we am say ya twase dodo menyam pa Sergio Grassi Osimhen ba mepe like for like omo be bobo no Osimhen ni ho patcho what you say Sergio Grassi no but the Bible stage we say so Rafinha or Lamine Yamal. Now Femi Lopez, me and say now the Osimhen to top obey the Sergio Grassi to top obey in getting Alvarez. Yo, let's just say or the movement or the flexibility, as in he allows the other players also to engage the box. And you'll be a box also when you have Lukaku, when you have Giroud, you're not a position. But Alvarez will free box no more. Na Rafinha or Lamine or Firmino or Olmo. Anybody, Rashford. No outer. He can still play because he has that capacity technically. Sebasa Fonya na no ano. But akwa yi.
And say you identity ope efe. Ba aka de aka.
Nyezo ya.
I'm say 150 million, nothing less.
Hey. Yeah, for 120 kofa Usman Dembele ko buy. Kofa be honest after time 120
you say now it's 160 ana.
Hey. Ya tuska go. Yeah, and some more come with
Mate.
Me touch him.
Okay. Whoa, Mr. Bray.
Yeah, the market price of every single player is determined by one, the selling club, two, the performances and one in the DHA. And I think for a player like Julian Alvarez, Atletico Madrid will look to maximize a lot of profit from the signing. I think for Diego Simeone, we're betting on what to say. Julian Alvarez entna. Ontna. This is not the first time Atletico Madrid they join strikers a coin. You see, a club top strikers about top strikers a free oko. And nasem. From the Luis Falcao's to the Fernando Torres to the Sergio Cunaguero to Diego Costa Munina. But they will maximize and take their money. That is it. Does it fit well into the Barca's project? Yes. Can he give Barcelona what they want in the absence of players like Robert Lewandowski? Yes. Yeah. We proper set piece specialist. Onimche, onimbo, onimpresse, and also go nishe. He's a complete center forward that you want. Okaso onina penalty box no so ntwenwa obejina twen. Top player by our standard. But AEC Kasem. And I think they will have to use their connections with Alemani to see what can happen.
Wontumi.
Because someone's Alemani is also pay Ferran Torres or pay some other players of Barcelona team. To make market can you mercy any Nejo Magic. But we mono and for a threat the man Barcelona can see a pie or more mobeji name a free monsemino. Because Paris Saint-Germain and your man or more or Paris or know how they want to dominate in Europe no under Luis Enrique. Gonzalo Ramos and Momos Adiano.
Is it PSG for I can say the player in question Bejatun's or PSG.
And so Ojitum he will be there. Before Barcelona, I think that Barcelona for money shake came to no matter money or buy money for not money or money say Oni baby ako. Skasem the ane to the ya. Because we do marketing. Julian Alvarez to Barca. Aye. Yeah, solve a lot of problems. But na me Spain squad ni. Oh man, announce for the World Cup. 92 years recorded now. A breaky. They say, and the IS squad they call World Cup. A Real Madrid player be any set up in it. No one Real Madrid team no one Spanish players or Musia can start games the man. Tibu Koto free Belgium meboa. Luni Nebeda offering for Ukraine. So almost started at the right back and Fedi Valverde ni Alexander Trent Arnold meboa. Baku free England, Baku free for Uruguay. At the centre back near Raul Asensio, Dean Heisen, Antonio Rudiger, ne Eda Militao. Yao, you know Raul Asensio bought how many games? Na social media, Dean Heisen bought a lot of games there Real Madrid as a Spaniard. In the middle of the pack, Trameni, Camavinga, Valverde, Adagula. Most of these guys, you know, and they see a kind of Real Madrid. Any more no cry the yanka. So Gonzalo Garcia is Spanish. I feel no boka kra no how many games. Yeah, what they mention as no. They're not the heroine guys no more team. So realistically, there is only one player Real Madrid can make a proper argument for say the intina went to Remo into the squad. And no cry never say debatable, which is at the centre back position. Because anymore Gonzalo Garcia in the national team enya ahead of Oyazabal. Onya ahead of Dani Olmo. Onya ahead of Nico. Onya ahead of Yeremi Pino. Yes. Onya ahead of Ferran Torres. Ferran Torres must afford Dinatema, but this is one with the numbers. As a forward. They know about how to say Borja Iglesias. So player we yaw oni fame. But onya wajumo di beduno. Na board we sanana fuka krebi. Obe young juma bruta. Now he gets the nod into the Spanish national team. Victor Munoz, Lamine Yamal, Gonzalo Garcia Koyede. I wanted the emfa. But a chilo hono, and I'm here Kubasi, Laporte, Pubio, and Eric Garcia. Baby, I bet you coach this was and say, when is a Pubio said to me, go right back. Garcia to me, boss center forward, and said to me, center back, and said to me, boss 6. Meboa. Then two natural center backs, Kubasi. As a right back, Garcia Sacra to me is right back. So there are 2 natural center backs. I be on one of the most speciality a center back or more the one to me baby and can be Laporte and Kubasi. Amumi no so bebu san questions are free. Din Heisen abobo chen omana. This is the current state of Real Madrid. 92 years. De La Fuente also wants to go and win the World Cup. By out, me Spain for Finfina. World Cup teams in my head, obi a obi ana ho dinjina. Spain for midfield na no den do.
And your midfield crack the entire team. Almost squad no and
also obi a wo entire team aya obi a wo ho den totality. But we certain positions e bi mo de pro ni padodo na so a. We Spain in Fifi one na. Then you look at a team or more well endowed. We have France, you look at the team on attack no. Yeah, what did they mention? Well endowed. Because Bano, Okuta Pedri, different kind of player. Fabian Ruiz, different. Zubimendi no crowd, but where only Alex Baina mo.
So apart from the goalkeeping department, other departments are carrying in a midfield crowd and numbers in all form.
Numbers in the crowd.
Defense near 8, and attackers near 8, and a midfield near 7. And
the crowd also is Mausuru. Marino no komu hunu as a midfielder.
For
ti Marino no she midfield work keke no be yi na ba animu. On be yi na ba animu. Na se omo ekoka 6 na. Omo bo midfield 3 ometima Bozubi Mendy Fabian Ruiz Pedri. Obetima bo Rodri, Alex Baina and Gavi. This is the team going to the World Cup. I think they have enough quality, but for Real Madrid this is a reality call. Reality call. Ovegas Alvaro Carreras. Yaw. MP Gramado Mune Kukurela Mobo no mabon this season no unyamu ra he won't get there. It will take time, but it's just sad, but it's rather unfortunate. Yeah, my share Arsenal celebrations nah, but there's one player I'm always proud for. I'll be very quick with that one. Victor Gyökeres. Oba here no be any season. You see the numbers are yaw. My memo Nabaso say it is not his standard. But for his first season with Arsenal, we prove say wababe room to a certain gap be an be deliver a pata. The baso body and famano. And you could look at the celebration in and around behind him and how most of these guys no be a sunumu from the Portuguese league. Onona kasawa chance here from the English Premier League or by Brighton and Hove Albion. A bolo na ko more Coventry, na no ko more Spain. But he comes in at the time where Arsenal needed a centre forward to do things for them. And yaw, wabe knock on the door, a bie, wa rem, wa yen a jumery. I'm a season 18 member every year. Bruno Fernandes could have the record for the most assists in a single season in the history of the Premier League. Nipaya de ofata ye. Na yaw, football no bedroom maybe I was say to me true din to baby mouth. Bruno to me mabo Premier League within a level of creativity na onya league no won ko ne emfa bibia maternity and treat him as just another player. Bruno has done enough to be remembered within the next decades and generation. Said there was a player I'll buy or share this number of assists. What a brilliant player. Yeah, this is the one started as an attacking midfielder. Yeah, he was playing as a double pivot in the middle of the park with Casemiro. Sheer brilliance. Baby obefa ball ni decision making. Manchester United for no omofa Bruno nkoshe dem. Yaw. No Musa Bruno said den apenya ma on afa yenyi league ni ma. Manchester United owes Bruno Fernandes a Premier League title or UEFA Champions League title. Manchester United di Bruno ka. Yaw, the team owes him a Premier League title. The one man in on say nay, you can't tell when you break assist na. Ni one league. You can't Kevin De Bruyne one league. I'm not saying the same season now on Moody League, but these people left the Premier League and I did be on my bia the league attaches so much bida na meboa Alan Shearer ma bene na bia bobo goals na gum Rooney ma bene na bia bobo goals na gum, but I think Bruno Fernandes has done enough to merit a certain level of loyalty and commitment from the Manchester. Jesse Wokosmo come financial them build the team for him. Munye team ne mano, he has earned it. Yo, team bia or we asi bia or kwan fa so a ye ma certain key players bitna. Into the dream revenue, you have top players bia say consign player A player B di na ball. Mbappe dream revenue call shot to PSG. Say fa we mame, we Bruno omusaye na mu mo so mo ye ma no.
So Manchester as a club,
yes, should look at Bruno Fernandes, put him in a room and ask him, say, your players a person your cover ben your person a jilly dear near your mouth. Need to league, you know. Yow,
as I'm going to say, transfers.
That is it. Give him what he want. What should I so bet him league?
Okay.
And I am
because
he has proven it in the course of the last few seasons.
Team Biana, unya playmaker na almost 21 assists.
Yow,
na Kunya. Mbemo and Shesko Mukranso ma double the guitar.
Emma double the guitar. Yow, build the team for him. Moment in tasty Premier League ni bi no abre. Was so much. He needs to taste it. He's too good to leave Manchester United without winning the Premier League. Yow, and Manchester United would have failed Bruno Fernandes. So be free Manchester United. Abra won so league title. They would have failed him. In the last 5 seasons to 6 seasons, I don't think United had an impactful signing to say the Bruno Fernandes are their club. No? There are glimpses of certain players on mobile baby. For example, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Lukaku be a part, Pogba Munina be your part. Signings, but Bruno Fernandes for just 55 to 60 million euros. Yow, I don't think after Sir Alex Ferguson there has been any impactful signing individually than Bruno Fernandes in the league for United. United deserves to help him win the league. Mumuano. Yeah, Medibesi, Lofi,
whoa, Mate. Sharon Kemra, quick. Couple Sumra, Nafi, Yensha, because and Europe need an era, pay up keke, more days ahead. I the best transfers and they play some more banoma. Walk up on some say bay 2 weeks be nafi. Yeah, but say no Agani really in league and mumame. A year resource no afi any table, final table no. Na yemame dim komoka club because no na Shadrack war Baba Sports Stadium. And na so na VMO.
Yes. And I think say for Enra game no. Yeah, on tension room from Anopana na teams number pre-match to when they left to when they came to the stadium and when the game needed to start. Yeah, extreme pressure. And
if free because I'm Kodoko league.
Kodoko say league no page. Kodoko position original no. Bibia no chese omo the results we here dey. Bibia. Kodoko bibia no mujina na say omo course we drew first leg no. There were certain utterances and attitude be a die na di chiro omo a omo ni anye den anje ho. We ni from the official capacity of Kotoko IMC. We are from supporters in Komo. What did they mention as no? It's yempene. Then they talks about Ubia Koma Patrick Kesi Edusika bribe. Inti ye shishimwa kwa kudrum pempenso bia ya kwa discan ya kwa report to police station. We are say ni na ano. Yaw na ma supporters ni ko kwa pai. It's early in the morning as at be 9:30 10. Yaw gate na no. Na Kumasi Asante Kotoko supporters ni bi yedai e wo honom. Omo stadium na no as at be 9:30 10 a.m. Then right after the pre-match, once Swedro All Blacks in Kofo no a free stadium ho akono. Supporters ni bi try some bi hunu no my omo heka. The mamencha Asenso na no pay. Asenso de na simu. One Kodoko company for no ba pre-match no. Asenso na Kodoko corporate head or manager bisa. I'm not nice simu say there be ade na ɔmo yɛ no n'ani nyɛ dɛ ɛngye ho eti obiara nyɛ dɛ efiri wɔn kɔ then ɔde ɔmo kɔɔyɛ bayaw Swedro All Blacks had to arrive at the stadium by 1:20 yesterday. Ombedru stadium by 1:45. Omuso omu nkyere kotoko baabi omuda. Amuni omuni nkomodidi bia. Kotoko kra provide escort amomo se dabi.
Yanso maba.
They had to be stuck in the traffic. Hono omu nkyere omu na police ni had to take his car to Aga Junction. No kushia omu na odi omu bae. Na mo ba na omu duru gate na no. Yaw, se woni esese e ka kire. Supporters in sen da mo. But before ansana Swedru for no be na kotoko for so ba se be gina ni mo for almost 5 to 10 minutes. Supporters kuta snap kusua. Se wa wonim se wa jiska bia no. Bas na nim na ompese mo bobi ombo dua wani mo hono ma. Wa jiska bia e wona gate na no. Gate na no. Ebufu, so we had to beg them. Sana, please for here. Then they have to open it in a place in the bar. Now you look at the demeanor of the players and the attitude of these players on the banner. What means na asem no a pusu omo kakra. A pusu omo. You see from the face na pusu omo. But we game na ebe shase ne warm up ne bibia na yaw. Game no me en kind of crunch down for na me en say down for. Ye bobo away 5 days kwa to continue Swedru All Blacks. Yes.
Sanke ka say da so bobo no cry na ya.
Yaw, ye bobo on 5 days. Yaw, ye bobo on 5 days. Ye bobo enye yi.
Shia na say dey.
Yaw. One, lack of tactical discipline on the part of Kotoko players. Number 2, Kotoko signings no muye bibi na no. I don't want to sound mean.
Sound mean.
But intelligently, adwene ya de bobo no form. Like adwene ya de bobo ankasa no e wo form. E wo form dodo. And I think the team is really disjointed. Like Omunye united on a specific purpose. Because be a na adio. Ya onzo hu kotoko se o makabo ma onzo makabo pa. We no obi a na ade. It's like me we e be fa amfa obi ankope ne ba bi ntina. Oh, ase me anye ya me mfa ho. The big problem for board no me ba ne pa how to unify Kotoko on all front. Asem na no ade hu. Asem na no ade. And how can you move from 1-0 in the first half? Come back. And a chese tactical discipline. No. Coach to me catch a player. Anna me to cry me. Men more say hi. Men call say hi. Or say hona me free bay. They lack leadership. They lack a lot of things on the field. Samba even looks Samba body language. I say, oh, be obe say, munya ni temna min sorry so. I say, ye mu na min come baby. Ya wate. I say, munya na min come baby.
Munya no nkoni krom.
Munya na min come baby.
To me,
this is the true reflection of Senkanation is any that Kotoko so munya omo enfa. What a performance from someone batting for in the middle of the park and run. Brutal.
Illegally, some boys in the Umuba.
Kotoko ball 2 solid DMs. No Wontumi control boy no.
On teaching the horse in Tran and then to crowd
this season.
The beer host 30.
This season. Tamana Prince Bedu Fisa Prince Bedu ba Kotoko. And as it over. Minya sure say Kotoko abo adabo ne Bedu nyina in the same game da. Benwa adabo.
One of the game boy.
Any adabu nyina.
Mummy ball plus could you set cry.
But we not could you set in count near Hubert. And the first half of the game then far. And I'm repeating the same if you do. Plus you were Joe.
okay wo ye ba hwe game ye be say ye call ayiba Kenya ba na yakwa kwedi nkumo
ade Sporting ko Kenya na
where
Sporting who no di
very be say ne ayi seek akono di nkumo from Kenya.
Oh yeah he's a league champion,
league winner.
League
he's a league champion.
Roman no say sometimes no kwebu on man mo pese mo be
like Kings so ahye ogum so dey call World Cup
they say wo
hey ya
see Cabo Bray na ye say CK bar na ya fa CK e wo so because say wa G League na team ama manfo so bona ba so pa anti wo de ye say wo fa we na to wo fa na CK omo de ne to so nko ade be ba na ya ba be fa no
fancy yerum ni nko akram say be ba league no so na ya be say the New City na news and say ka there is good news from Felix Afenyajan on say omo game omo ko ball against Mexico as the Black Stars of Ghana returning here when any Italy. The reporter and say can say ni fie no hadwi penis and dem no ma ne watch ni jewelries ne bags any shoes ni no ma bebre a omo room na fe omo so ayidi omo pe ejado omo pe ho e dem brand any video and that so na o share ne Felix Afenyajan and e de no ensem ba we happen Begamo and a sansem way and so is after Ghana Mexico gamer and also yetime boy no koma kakre free or dey ba yebeto so na yedin koma shadak yen room na yen hwe kotoko issues no na yen hwe say the New Mexico because enra Swallow Blacks for no omu de kotoko allegations na omu yese na the way na we no omu de omu ntehwe omu de so ma just omu chie team no up so omu nyame hwe sunsun konkro no hwe nwu omu so na nedie esa 3 points no omu nsaka abra na nra omu team bass no ko na ese omu enso ani age a omu di akira chese mu hwe se nuama enso ebetima akoye eno eyin koma kakra efri onum ade ba na game no de nuama bebre ana course so said anopa no yebe videos ni bi enso ereche no na krobia kumasi Asante Kotoko supporters ni bi say before game it say bribe allegations be to just as a players no be ko spy say we be person discover ebe rem no Kotoko supporters ni bi de snap by say ene omu no ene kadua no mbebo park no so na ene wa je bribe bia ene omu di kosua ene snap iba nti enra ene kuta ojafo a na say players ni ko nyina no omu kaze hey snap na be duro nti say waji sika fasika no kokran nsa na ja bibia timesi ewa group amano so na say enu ma course so eno no na enra attendance no de na enyo na minim say nkanu ma course say na Kotokofo ani abre match we no say we dey new team be mo new team na true challenge mo say Kotoko supporters you mo kase ona so duro for mo ntwem fans we share stadium a na omutuatuam kakaka na eze
omo new team ani age
omo new team as asem no kan na bam ese omo ma no kra no ama kakra bi na reze omusisi mo ho a eno kakra e ba na ese hadwi na Kotoko supporters no enra o share said city a nkra no on say omo division omo we no nkra no de youth team no omo qualify to division 2 in the first half no omo de omo trophy no e ba presentation for first half e de champion for say omo anaja omo secure qualification omo ba say division 2 enu ama e be ko come trophy no na bi e ho no ma efe pa e say nkra no so abomodin e say Kotoko youth team ni dem say e ho na dida so no because nkra no de wo mo yiro mo a ball no mo bo pa o de wo mo be she team no so a wo mo bo amienu say wo mo e bo na first half no eni ensam e course na second half no your ball still we ya players no era the dressing room na supporters ni bi eni abre say nkomunya players no mo sabe keke mo pa eni na nye security ana wo ho a na ha dwi utim say wo mu she ho no ma o mu players ni konya no mu di o matem chese o munya adwumadie bi a o medi o mu pa ne mum akwanya ni ho na police for guide o mu di o mu kone say police foi ana enso ma bibia to din wo ho ayedo nsabe ba na supporters no de e bi reactions no na no hye ye betie one fan a wono nso di nkomo say mu take a huge salary sika moje esoso enso mo ba ball pa say mo bobo muntimi mo sana masa ana den na ekoso yentie krobia supporter na ni bre a wafa chese no adem say what 2 players ni japa inti
Ghana anko na player object 200 cedis e wo baby a oje 1000 anase man 20 million wasa we hu bi da obi anka wo bobo na anka benya sika no unya sika no wajim sabi me ha ni nyina ne say ball na e ball me nim say kodoko boss ball say kodoko say na ke ball na kenye the whole captain Samba penalty aboye me hu bi da bi a say penalty ball papa pra say no people to agbo na amfa ma pa ikwa keeper eti me how bebre fine yesu de enka ye mo draw kra na ka nation service enkam yasama all blasa o ko ye di juma odidi wo wasa amna ba be fan ho bi ko ti na mo pese supporters ne ye be di akira ko away matches ana emwa eti me de mesra do ma ende na de me hu bi da ball aya shepa de me hu bi da but se o ye player na se nsema ye ka no wa ye bia otufo ka se bi sasem no se o de two team se team no ya bosom se o di na abro be ba so eti me de
team ni abosom o bo na udi abro no ebeba aso supporters ni bia no di sim na chairman no yentie chairman Alex Menu Ashanti Regional Circles chairman awore nkomo kakra ba o mu no ko police station ko report is akwa bi beso owura team no na ani braba enya asembeta chairman ni nyina achi malusu game no say na feeling no esitie after the game chairman Alex Menu enso eche na dwen kakra intie ne
heart that I may say something that I may not be able to eat those words back. Very abysmal. Very, very, very abysmal. Today, for instance, I wept in the stands. Because what I mean, we experienced in Swadro to have sat down today for them to come and visit 2-1 again. It's very worrying. Very, very worrying. I'm very sad. I've never been sad like today. Very, very, very sad. In our season, I'm praying to God just to forget it. Within short time.
Season no crowd here, Bibia, Kona, na yɛbɛtie coach Hamza Obeng the coach is so new to true fireman say ohwe adwuma coach ne bona All Blast dey ampani ampa coach after the game against All Blast Hamza Obeng in some kakra etudwa intie nsema coach etudwa after the game.
Fans happy, but all the same is part of the game, so we move from there and then concentrate in the coming season. Quite a poor season from the team, and it's part of the game, of which when it happens like this, you need to arrange your teams very well and then make good preparation towards the coming season. The idea was to break through the middle and then find the back line, try to find the back line of their team, and fortunately it worked for us in the first half. So the second half, once we were leading, the plan was to, calm down and then play our normal game, of which we couldn't hold on with our plan. I would say the strategy that we're moving, of which.
Na coach say fancy do second half na do be no nya so kra go be so hey ball pa na kotokomra ntie boni say coach na kokko mu nyina wo so say na onya so kra na obisu ha dwen pa yentie coach Hamza Obeng second half kakra odi tudwa yentie no. When say coach movement no entimi emeka in South na here say coach Hamza Obeng enkomo no e ready e beto aso na afi ye di nkomo e ama no e krobia Kumasi Asante Kotoko enkomo ane e de ba no na ni nyina mu no ye to aso na statement a wo mu de abai na no pay ye kan wansem chiro e sports bite no so and so mo passporters ni nyina achew o mo sere mo e se ne o ma akoso the board and afi management no and this statement we aba o mo say na me ya doma omo ka kire mo say next season there ombe enuama yi pa yenkwa oma no so na era CK abanti and the fancy CK e wo so a yemo nkoma kakra na ye nto aso hello good morning. Hello, coach. Good morning.
Good afternoon. boko na munzo
Translations on come out. No pay we dey frewa boko MC abasobode na ye dey ma oni dwumadi a wakwa akodi ewo Kenya Premier League no ma enyomakoye we league champion ewo Kenya coach sign na journey no ezitie from day one our the appointment emma o kopim enre ya mutimi we need the league title.
Well, Anyamadum, the journey has not been seriously smooth, but you're managing Anyamadum at the end. You're about half of Rono. You're unveiling, supporters don't share who they are and what they are made of. My own kind straight in the unveiling, say, yeah, to me, Lusu to FC, which is their rival. And I thought, say, for us, new that was a little bit harsh, but that is how they are. And whether you like it or not, that's how they are very passionate about their team and they value the team more than anything else. So, yes, they told us, and they were manager. The first match in the league, which was a big blow, and we wake up very well. In that sense, you prepare very year and the match is not about the following matches. I think 4 or 5 matches on a row you're winning. And then I think from that aspect, we about top. And then we started managing the situation. So it has been very, very difficult. Difficult in the sense we didn't know the terrain. We didn't have any idea about how the people were and how the league itself. And so after I lose our first match, a wake up call, and then we started managing the situations very well. Eventually, at the end, even though with some difficulties and challenges, manage and I can't last 2 matches, and boy last 2 matches, but the opponent no chase and no dear no lose you, and no my advantage and they celebrate a winning league.
Very interesting. Yes, the league to recap say you crowd winning in advance and say I'm more demo league all compared to Ghana League. Say what we've been in Ghana and we've been in the league before to Kenya saying say league be a competitive what the better to ho e dey na no pe Ghana ni nso or monitor who said the Kenya League ni city.
I think I would think the way is the same way be any other ordinary Ghanaian or a football fan we're doing. When we are in Ghana, we think say, oh, Kenya and all those, because in terms of their national team, they are not doing well. Compared to Ghana, Black Stars, the settlers in the so you will assume say league is tough, okay, but it's wrong. Especially, and the main reason why I say anything be on Beshia go Mayano. It's a World Cup final, and now it's a final match. And 1 year you'll be out, you will be kicked out. Until awareness, we were told by youngers every time no be you prepare many copy ni Benowu, and of course our video analyst you prepare very, very, very well to meet him. The competition there is very, very tough, and they have been like me, Mekano say anything be a go my it's unbelievable, very, very, very tough. So it makes it very, very difficult for us in terms of how to prepare and what kind of players we use and all that. In the competition, they in realistic, very tough in all areas of the game. Very, very tough. Inti who say challenges so every time we do a lot of analysis what we can do to help the team improve, what can do to be smart on the opponent, the weaknesses of the opponent, the strength of the opponent. Very, very well. It has been a very, very difficult, tedious job, Maye. But Nyamiadum, with a little bit of cleverness, any luck, Nyamiadumunti, at me, I think our fans, our management, and everybody, they are very, very happy with the work ethics has been very, very good. And so, because of that thing, I am successful within this short time.
to so still no congrats and call mama to say the wo kan no ye be say hu because one coach e wo Ghana league ni mo and our coach that's why you Juma wo Kenya ho say again Kenya for no right ama wo cast league near down competitive and I feel say e dey na bia yensu esua free aye Kenya league ni mo de buy dey ni mo a e be sam me hu supporters going back to the stadium.
Well, I think first of all, the individual clubs, how aware they are, how they want to play, and of course the technical team knows how they are free to work. I can only speak of what I've experienced in Ghana and what I've experienced with Kenya. They gave us the space to work. They allowed us to do things in terms of even code of conduct, which has never happened to them. I made sure that players, no individual, will be assigned our code of conduct, in terms of how to control their behavior, attitude, and I think that they put in place. I believe that Ghana, it will be difficult to be able to do that. The management allowed us to do that. We hear mistake. There's a line drawn, and that line, you can't cross it. If you cross it, having said that, even though I draw lines, we made sure we understood these guys. We understood them. We were very, very patient. The African player cannot be compared with a European player. The way we behave, the way we and so there was a lot of work even before our field of play. There's a lot of work in terms of how to know the players, how to even educate them about the game itself, educate them about their behavior and all those things. All these things were very, very difficult to do, but because management allowed us, who about us you players didn't sign code of conduct. I think that in Ghana they will struggle with you. It won't be something but and truly in terms of discipline, in terms of character wise, after a few months, the management saw we were doing the right thing, and so they gave us the space to work. And at the end, it has paid off. And so these are a few things that one can look at it and say, okay, there's a difference. Of course, park facilities was made available. We could train at a very good pitch. We could play a match at a very good pitch every time. Most of the country almost stadiums, sometimes field place are but if indeed almost African, there's also lack a little bit of things that are someone here. But in actual fact, second match to the last match, if you see the stadium, you'll be surprised. And it's a village. It's not, you can't say a big town. A village. So they've done a lot of work in terms of facilities in Yamanama, and then also how we were allowed to work and put the players into a very different realm in terms of preparation towards the game, how they understood the game and everything. A lot of things that took place before I was successful, and it's only because we were allowed to work in that manner, and it has really paid off.
So it means more free hands to operate. Although say veto power. Team no so kwana na chese jawo said na wo ka ayi code of conduct na say wo ha no anase bia korokono code of conduct bia anya dwuma sa na.
Of course, you have players who are somehow involved with management. They know there are so many. I don't want to pinpoint exactly in terms of even to talk of Kotoko. There's a lot of difference. In Ghana, we don't do that. In terms of course, when we are want to talk of the players, it's solely with us. We are the people who are in charge. Nobody comes beyond us and make a decision. And again, players know at the beginning they thought that they could go reach the management, and because of what we've also spoken to them about, they allowed us. And so when you go to any management, they will tell you, go to the technical team. We are not in charge of those things. And so somehow it's paid off. At a point in time, they realize that they can't go to management again. They always have to go through us. And that gave us some sort of stability. That gave us some confidence to work in that manner. And so with time, and to be honest with you, it is not something like more treaty players no, and we just want them to go through a certain line where we are all working together. We are a team together, And of course, yesterday we got into a position where we understood the boys. We were patient with them. There were a lot of things we did that they haven't experienced before. And truly, as a matter of time, quickly they got to know exactly what we wanted. They got to understood our concept. And we were close to them. We worked with them together. They realized that we don't have any bad intention. They realized that we don't have anything move them out of. We encouraged them. We spoke to them, and then it got to a time where then it's gone beyond football. It's gone beyond tactical play by the mental toughness of how to go about issues in terms of where some of them have never experienced. Challenge even with our opponents who are very close, are coming to us, are very getting closer to us, and how to even sack them mentally. We did all that, and I must say now, some of the boys who were they've never had experience with the senior national team, they were invited to the national team, they have improved. And there's been a lot of progress in terms of how they played. Those that were seen some years back, and a year or two back, and then how they were playing this time. Even our own Morrison, who was a year before we came, even also changed. He changed. This year has been his best performance. In fact, if I'm not exaggerating or being partial, within our team, he must be one of the key players. Best performance in his career, and it's likely he might be contending with the best player of the year.
From Morrison, the end of Diana, okay, Nanka banner so cranisa, because this season Yabeka say why outstanding. Ediama Goma here playing just a bono, man of the match awards being a contribution goals, and he had only clearly say fans and Ababe Penasempa. Ufusa said a Wokase or your contender and a player of the season will league automatically or merit call up Ewa Brayabeko World Cup Yana.
Oh, I think if I'm very honest, he's a little bit late because he's never had a chance to even to play a friendly match. People are not too much aware. And can you say mu talk about onu kakra kakra no and now the performance kakra no and it will not be mentioned. And so in reality, I would say it's a bit late because. Preparation has already been made. He's never had a chance of playing the qualification and all that. So maybe unless they look at him critically, and honestly, I don't think he will have a chance. But again, if they can look beyond what they've been looking at, maybe he can get a chance. But unrealistically, Usha is a bit late.
Well, coach, I'm saying, oh boy, and come up, but a few days to the World Cup, Black Stars, you prepare new coach and so Abba. Coach, Black Stars, one handle paying, or squad, yeah, the preparation towards the World Cup, and I say, and I will see Ghana the strength of our team.
Well, I would love to talk about myself, what I've achieved, but if you ask of Black Stars, I'm a fan of the Stars, a fan of the team. I think, going to the tournament itself is a huge tournament. It's a tournament that every eye will be looking at everybody, including Ghana. If I want to look at the performance of the players, I think they've done very well. They've come very far. But what is important now is our first match. Try to start very well in our first match, and then from there we can gain that confidence of playing. In our last few friendly matches, it hasn't looked too good. Austria and Germany, it doesn't look too good. And so by now you assume, physically, spiritually, team ethics, they are now getting themselves together. But it's very, very important, very, very important. So we'll start well by winning our first match, and we shouldn't underrate any opponent. It's very, very important to start very well.
no pa na yabekọ Africa o say go my afoi ebekọ Africa target ni ye say nyame adoma Africa next year.
Well, Gomaya, as we know, and then you had Kenya itself. First, I think we are not in the ranks where we have to play qualification first to qualify into the main tournament itself. So we will have to start very early. But our goal, if you ask me, is to try as much as we can, which will be a difficult one, but we can, to get into money zone. And so if you ask me now where I sit now, we have 2 matches to go before the season goes off. In terms of preparation, in terms of strengthening the team, we've prepared. We have an idea of the kind of team we want, those who want to bring on board, those who has to go out. We have a rough idea. And so if we prepare very well, and of course, pre-season, which is a priority for us, if we do it well, we look forward to do well in our beginning, our early stages, and the goal should be to get into money zone, which they've never been able to achieve that. With Kotoko, also when the normalization was on, there was no league, we managed to do that, and so I'm very confident that it can be done.
Coach, last hour already. Ghana League in the Unhia Pinty. One thing about Ghana League in last round of games I bought Chrome and do some allegations biba yet TB Kotoko last game Chrome Swado All Blacks yet he say support the say Oma Kotoko players kana ball game no soft now boy rich penalties be over people think say if you swasi by if you coach who experience o Kenya League now crowd, but somehow all catches say Kenya sanity is in the league. Message Ben out be my Ghana for why any some of allegations near assumptions are na a buy league you my good league you fee.
I quite remember there was a time when I was in Ghana. Again, getting to the same end of the league, there was they asked me, and it was from Germany. I was called by a journalist. Is it true that we are doing these things? We have to stop it. We have to stop it. And even if there is anybody who is doing that, that person must be punished. I'm not trying to compare, but in Kenya, yeah, because we have that same sentiment, African in the manner. So far as we speak now, there are like 4 or 5 referees who have been banned. This is a wake-up call. We must be able to put this effort to have that sanity in our game. The game doesn't allow these things to, because and yet it doesn't make our game go on very well positively. It's embarrassing for us as a country, and it's a disgrace. You know, you see some of the players who becomes goal king. You take them to another country, Europe or whatever, and they're embarrassing. They are not able to perform. So not only are we destroying our league, we are also destroying our players. We don't make them go to the level I was on Munko. Oh, when a player allowed to be scored or Shenu and I say is your goal king now I say 20 goals. Most of when you by 6-7 goals penalties that doesn't make any sense. You might think say your team has done well and whatever, but these players we want them. They also have an aim to go abroad to do something. They go there and they are not able to perform, and then they come back again. It's embarrassing. It's something that we have to stop. We are a football nation. We are respected all over the world because we've made the name. But the baby I caught this time around, no, it's not the best. And so to hear these things, I've heard about this Swedru All Blacks internet also on social media. And I think and it's always every time when the league gets to an end, closer to the end, I remember, I don't know if a House of Folk or Mirefi, and also a final match, almost share goals in Yamana. It's bad. And me as a coach, it hurts me. You know, because then if I'm a team, I've trained my team the whole of the week, and expecting a good effort. Niama on the players on the week, and I want to see them improve. Then I go into a match. Referee comes in and decide that he is able to determine the result of the game. Now, mommy players, no Niama match on 1 year. I'm at a big loss. They will say I'm a bad, but it's because officiating has been very, very poor. Officiating has favored other team, and these referees walk around. It's terrible. How do we want our game to improve? How do we talk about our local players getting into the national team in a very positive way? How? Some time back when I started playing, the likes of Frimpong Manso, the likes of Ama Senegal, and Joe Debra, Shamokwe, and I was young then. They were all national players. We only have few local players. Today we are talking about how poor our local players are. No. Do you think we are doing something? We are not helping them. We are not helping them. And then we bring chunk of the players from Europe, and they'll come and play. Yet we look down on it. And then when you look at it, maybe 1 or 2 are local players. And previous time, before I even joined the national team, when you are calling the collapse, it's more of the local players. Yes, one can say professional players, they are doing well. It's fine. But I'm saying that these things, the local players are not good. The local players are not good. It's because of some of these things. So we must look at it and bring sanity to the game and really do it well. The authorities who are managing our football in Ghana must wake up. And do the right things. Because now you don't even see people going to the stadium because they are not entertained as the usual way. You see Has Kotoko playing and the stadium is not full. Not just players, management who are taking care of the players themselves, and then giving them the necessary confidence, coaches and all that, so that we can get to a certain level. I have confidence, say, oh, we are doing a good job. And for now, how things are going, it's not really going well. I'm not saying this to tarnish anybody's image, but that is the reality. You look at the stadiums now, it's not full. People are not coming. People pay their money, and when they pay their money to get to the stadium, they must be entertained. Not because the referee is in a position to make a decision, when a coach is struggling and all those things. It's not the best. So this is what I have to say on these things.
Well spoken. I had I say full time. Congrats once again because Juma de one staff no my be pan mutim ya bomba baso now we show the best of luck. Yenim say modern bawa ball league no me dan office e be free other clubs abane continent and so ababa to the same no. And I see piece was adwen e Ghana league no ho so. Ya I see pa
Mr. Ndamase with it for the time.
See our champion Asiki Akono Goma here coach Odoma League no no when no Morrison or Jumo my gen this season Yajuma Kra also authorities of Ghana League no so sorry because on one council drew Ghana League no so I said what the passion been a he's been there to a hunyo
oh yeah I experience a lot so I had
Atakumiasha 19 goals. Yeah. To automatically players campi.
Say go count.
Anya. Say players top scorer. The league.
Play Wontumi 6 goals in a single game. Unko work as say.
There be apart from World Cup, no say I could bought Mexico friendly game. So you consider no.
Yeah, ko bon.
Also Mexico game belongs to the second group.
Yeah, everyone say the locals and the
it doesn't even end there.
We say I'm not campaigning for local players into the Black Stars. Now you're ding.
And I've been able to take top scorer now. I think Chris Hilton no or your collab more guys at time no. Chris Hilton or was it? Yeah, I'm sure. Chris Hilton no your collab at that time. Catch say top scorer no friend no. And I've been able to catch so uncle toothpaste in a brush. Uncle Chichi say uncle feel uncle baby uncle try say obi am wa share
yeah oji dentist na
uncle Chichi you know when you have Charlie almost say about mo gu ani mo ase share if we study human behavior and come any coach sika kono di ye need the go ma here ho komo any the blaster ho komo you need the Ghana league ho komo you do Ghana league no or the passion be a share casenum. Moshe and the camera no crowd so. And he was so serious about the Okafa a league in Hunina and the sort of advice I know was sending the Buffy. Look, this is somebody who to me you Ghana football friend in some that okay by speaking as a fan. Oka football who to me in film and wakota say and sika ko say on can be being tia obia was simply for they should wake up. Yaw. Ye ho ya mo bono hunu. So they born I know ye ho ya mo bono. Na me krada bia me ka say 18 ko monte so. Omonte so fa so be na so. Ho e ba ye na anu ye mo hye jama okro man kan dro say omo bai bibie no be stabilize omo.
Me kra say me do akini ye.
Ye born yaw eni me wo ye born mu no e wo mu edi enya fentuo trade bi to no x. Hwade bi o. For a league that averages just over a goal per game, the last day of the Ghana Premier League has always produced quite the most interesting results. For this season, Atakumi, Bibieri Goal Stars were bracketed or pictured in the picture and chain. Had 13 goals, 3 behind Augustine Okra of Bechem United going into the final day of the season. On that last day today, he scored 6 in an 8-3 win against already relegated Kofi. Yamefana Crency of Ash Gold went into the last day with 13 goals, 1 behind leading goal scorer Steven Sappho of Beckham Chelsea. On the final day against champions Adriana Stars, he scored 4 goals in 4-2 win to snatch the Goal King Award. In 2022, Yawano went into the final day with 20 goals, 1 behind Kotoko's Frank Etuga. On the final day against Bibiani Goal Stars, he netted a first half brace to take him above the Cameroonian into top spot and just enough to equal Ishmaelado's 22-goal haul from 2001. Another example from a little further back to 2007. Emmanuel Clote for Olympics against Kotoko. Kotoko needed a win to beat Ash Gold for the second Champions League spot. Okay, so time needed to the Champions League. And Clote needed 3 goals to become goal king. Kotoko secured the win they needed, and Clote scored 3. It was a right up or the Yako as way back as 2007. Atakumi me say oh my favorite boy. Atana to TV who on him say we my favorite striker. Born unimbo. My catcher say the greatest tool our and speed and an energy. Ata is a good player, but I want to be convinced will be out that said that one day watch says goes. Our bra wa be pim 12 go you twam ko be 4-5 matches now could go drought. If somebody else is saying say Maria Tana there no goes why you do open na there na yen hwere sa ne nkodia so be it your opinion. But body dey actually there's no single venue where my mu amen ko and some of them are called about 5 times. Kumase no ene nkran dey cities enti enka ho. Yenim board so Atakumi knows say 19 goals on Drew ho creditably on Drew 19 goals no. And a coach Sika Kono can say what's the 19 goals no ma be fa ko Egypt no asaba back. And when no be no beti abodua e wa bra wonye ne bibia odi bone ama wa yembre no beka bibia me tia wo. What we are speaking is scientifically proven. Munya goals no mo kwa no mo ba. Munya goals no mo kwa no mo ba and your open secret everybody knows this. Coach Sika Kono ho ya okay no. Oni league mu. But there's something I president I want to say. You go to the mamu mo kwa no mo ba ho ya samankona wa G league na top scorer twice or UEFA. So we should be serious. We should be serious. Top scorer award no bibia ni na dey kugu football ni bibia ni animu ase. Bibia ni a fantastic squad. The fans deserve the best. Mid-season I'm going to buy. Money say want to be papa bi akwan those decisions no. All your decisions, the people that made these decisions no, own them and you kwati obi achi. The CEOs, the administrators they take decision no, own them. 6 goals from a single striker. That same day no, more team to defenders crying come home. And if question how good be any mind, they don't deserve this. It's a mining club. And you can say Phoebe sebe. Ebe stress club no. Say ya na go do ya. Ash Gold no who is 96 no more Champions League final in Africa.
Go be a mission no phone.
Gold club to say Ash Gold BBS Gold Stars a main.
Go be a mission na.
and it's a ghost as a dream and said, mining club or Jababia dia, you so you know, no shade not to turn in your year. Good policies, enema club survival, Wafa court, find the court, Accra Lions court, Obobo FSC. Has to focus on junior team, Kotoko junior team, Bechimo junior team, Samata junior team, ghost as in the junior team. Almost so Nyanyama, good policies for the club. Go Kendia for son also good be any for anymore. Say, me say, yaw, a blue baby na ash gold or bought Champions League Africa final or 20 players can't tell my son a house and control 20 players or Kofa Valentine Temba, a foreign player 20k and a club no here. To Tony my year be any ho. To Tony my year. And own your decisions and continue tempering for China Panimuna take a decision and a penny for own your decisions. Be a man and own your decisions. Na last day no na abaka nima boni na ugu yanimu ase. We are all fans to the club. Untimi you be untimi nkasa fans na come kasa washo mo. When you take decisions and it go wrong, own them. Continue tempering mu bia chipani bia ni ba bia. Omo run club na decision na the club na bedru ne. Na maka kire omo say baby goes as a drew ne no ehon na ye bunum how to survive the club next season no and ye bunum. It's not about having money kotoko sikasi go stars and odi turf has to focus mun nyina baby yes go stars they are struggling go stars and toto ne nema yie next season no be fight our relegation ase ho odwene sa won ko ho bi da ma me kan chobre kum Chelsea league no twice we fighting for relegation sa da fe no survive no. Baby who obi agina obi pay etututu niam yie mid season no ayetsa champion take decision hu hia no ye concentrate for me keka some season ba we ya own your decisions good club na nimu ase e free unnim team de why said and Sony unjustifiable. Your second class group I do about Mexico friendly gamer and Penifonian from Atakumi and friend on Umpu. Coach Kasi Mega Fred Boys in South Africa about friendly game during AFCON Atakumi. A man starting Umpu. A 2 power caught 2,000 goals from Atakumi. What the goals to the money we are not that called start of blaster. My boy in front of one them more no caught outside with your survival. And no mugu anymore sasa. Most packet tip media man on said they running the club no. Salim Adam both freaking to my one. I don't hear you, sir. Why? I don't hear you, sir. Incompetency, I say cover incompetency so. And Guasse born in the dark camera so. Says goes to our shine Augustino crap. NTD no kosi say. Oshabo no tan.
I'm going to post 2 videos no.
Say omo ko ho no. Omo fans no omo ko hwe game ni bi ni try.
Kapo min try no pa 2 na friend fi bibia ni say new. The club no ko ne dey anim guase na atu you. Oh day no.
Bibia ni fo.
Me na me catch ro.
Omo ye bibia ni fo ankasa.
Match no ko so no. They called me and said say, "Boy, you call camera so any ewu."
Yeah. First half. Second half, first half no na goalkeeping race no. No Ghana still lead with 16 goals.
No, it's na, one account.
Yes, na Atakumi with 15. In the second half, no na unya baya obe man ho Minnesota.
5 goals in 45 minutes.
See, so it's serious. Never for me because say omunya investigation about games I ball Ghana.
Investigation maybe.
O fancy say who BBC ya. E be betima atwetwe waso kakra ma wakowura game.
No player to me gina match mutie mi o. Player na match me 5 goals 6 goals.
Yeah.
But e be na Newton e kan. What is na Siki can say?
Yeah.
Sometimes we are then say na and you say player in question na wo ha no.
Oh yeah, player no na India.
Boy na nkasa ya away so no na ni je. So wa 19 goals or poni nkomo outside. Nye radio so na TV so. On one back just na ni I am telling you.
It's serious.
Abo on one back just na ni has what exams.
Yeah.
No one pass them so
they upon a throw into it. Yeah.
What pass our code?
But won't feel. Within you know is one.
Who wouldn't be proud to say record-breaking 6 goals because single match? Premier League record.
He's been consistent. Me say he's been consistent on him born goal last season Moji League. Any acquire cocaine or being control. onim bon go ne she
Atakra nye center forward. Ata started as
man can't just say the biggest strength in speed.
Ata started as a wing forward.
No.
Caroline now, but you matter kumi.
On a level of
onim bon
on a level
me, I say I have no problem. Can it happen? Say Ebia Atakumi share 6 goals. Our last game, yes, it can happen in football. Obi anim say sade ni be.
What's in America?
But yeah, baby, I memetie. Club be pan and you see or buy any player be pan and you see or buy. Why a record be say? Because in the Ghana Premier League, I don't remember the last time one single player actually 6 goals in the Ghana Premier League game. It were a record at 1 at the Musronko. 2 for the club goal stars nankasa in their history. Player Ben Etimi actually 6 goals in a Premier League game. The amount omo. Assassin 9 back-to-back goal king at the Musronko. It cannot pay. Sorry ye. And the be sorry and not pay. Do us a favor. Because United, da Bruno year 20 assists now, almost at if accounting say go assist number 1. This is your player. Be proud of him. Post to so if Atakumia Yadina, be proud of your player and post it.
19 goals no.
19 goals no. Even and not the end crown, be proud of it and post it. Ultima share be 8-3. O striker or lead as 6 goals in one game. Be proud of it. Yeah, me, I'm not asking for anything more. Atakumia de na waye no washe goals no, be proud of your player and post it. More appreciate him player no. So beton, so appreciate him. Ghanaians wants to appreciate him too.
It's a old tongue, so I say baby I want to no more request boy the videos in the goals.
Oh yeah, now you see we are mistaking something here. If Ghost Stars really wants to understand some of these things, there were 3 major competitions that in it is a player na nya akonya kran ko World Cup now. There is AFCON 2027, there is AFCON 2028. Dependent on qualifiers ebebo. See Bekobi, see Nkobi. But the ebebo qualifiers and I abebo. O player na betimi nya collab. So o player she 6 goals. When they say World Cup no kran na bia samre no, we player na enkwa. You give us the videos. Mama ye 19 goals na Atakumia she. Be proud of your player. I don't know player she says now I'm proud. Be proud of your player. Mummy say money agije mu player na ye no ho. U player agi go kina no se dem mo wakeka mu a. Obi a we breaking record bia e wo wiase mu bia no. Every single club is proud of them. So ye Basa o, so ye Goma here o. Ne club ye proud say we breaking record. Minim club and the club don't pay player ansem. So if you are proud of him and the number of goals he scored, let us all see it. Let us all appreciate him. Ayi Ogesinokra Obaya obo goals give me last time we say bechem for a compilation of the goals Obaya washe omo posting in TikTok obi push for Ogesinokra. So I don't know kwa dey answer usro bi Razaf Sensen ye season and the top scoring center back of league you say nation is posting no em obi ehunu say oh Razaf Sensen here obi somebody does not even know Atakumi. Post your player and be proud. Nene na Musa na say komo bebre na wait. But you see, let me share.
Video no man crash na po baba yara no.
Korokodi no.
Amu be wura ho no.
Aye.
Na man be crash na bottle. Oh.
Aye.
No digina ho.
You know, fan no kita snap no. Yeah. Omo dey buy cry, omo dey can.
Eh me won papa.
Ka wo ho na wo dey see wo gate wa.
Because any power are agitated or say kratua. Apart from so body and the see hunu. But the wounds only to go not the end from we are a weapon.
Yeah.
I didn't say about search you until the sanify him of the realm.
Only answer more.
You're telling that we yourself a funeral stadium.
An ambulance never found a players.
It's yourself a funeral or stadium. But Mubia and if you're not a giant agrono. Yetia na yourself a funu and a police from Penny for free Accra. I was in a cookroom baby I could see no must start investigation. Yetia no one your bobby as I show. How on earth and a twa snap for twa
or calibre
or calibre. Now you're
I said security giant money the remedy I was say can be with you. Abanazon to the pass security checkpoint.
I don't know why the video so because that's the video we are speaking to. But to look cranwa me yam shesheme. And if I so nani abre a pebo ne die bibi betu be hye no
place ne sa omuhwi. Na bia the ambulance ne fa okofi.
But yeah, say the ambulance be family ambulance. That word so to Abeba Stadium so dey no way. O dey me botro kan akura na no way.
Kotoko no so kwa. Afina.
Ani 20 ne. 20 ne.
Wasanu no ho se.
Hwe bi o dey 20 Have you had it to age yo? Have you had it to age yo?
When was the last time someone did to Abba Stadium?
Yeah. Now if you bought to crowd, bought to no crowd, I don't want you man fan. And
say Jandy on also say it's not the tuano. It is and your twakeke.
A mwago. No, it's serious. Oh,
I think the bigger picture of whatever you are saying, no. I say you're careful. Say I do. We say maybe a befano. And any as an emotional fan or they costed you Maku players and also the goal. But by a different perspective, in a boha, Obishana Bufusi, ya only be Kasaka was a bofom. What time
before Robert will cry in
I think it's something they need to look at.
And we play now.
And this one as well.
Now, stadium, I see. I don't mean easy more crack as in easy painting crowd, Poroko, Abia, or sleeve. Nankoma Baba sponsor. But the we nipa ma stadium easy so company no nipa na Bruni twa stadium ma me hade na say ne why when I didn't see Caraba sponsor but me wa boso so wo kwakojo salary
players ne the house of folk no ye the omoka 2 or 3 months one boy house of folk born am etia media wo de media ma game no kra to nche a
na bi ba tane house de meza
me ba new me ba
I didn't have a man player
new me ba
say am
ya ma common no
na wo ka yo
no me be player say
omo kra no mo de kan
okay, that's fine.
No, they are doing their part. No,
that's fine because
Koroko play
so Accra to folk, despite the financial challenges they are going through, from a money part as players, they are doing whatever they are supposed to do. And no resource, no. Then who that is it. That is why we are coming with the Kotoko players to say how they give their optimus boss a best. Abraham Mushe Jesse Bodema club, no. I don't think that is their level. And no, I bet more. You put about 23 minutes to play. We a player na me power sempa. But the artist na obi a we play pull hamstring give we na ball Jinan Chamber be bench or sa or kase hurihuri.
And as we play na do play team
obi adwane. Obi abadwane ma wo players ni na mo dwane. Na mo de benya mo time pa ba ko.
This week you mo there. Easy ba. Because the my guy was a boys no come so do. I was some mo bia rent ne dan. O salary na mo na de bia rent dan. Easy work there.
Which man be fine, I was there.
Because the more you say we no stadium.